to the Mike Shaw Subaru Series presented by Mike Shaw Subaru. Well, it's the unofficial beginning, you could say, to the July 4th holiday weekend, and the Rockies have baseball in downtown Denver. Rockies taking on the Dodgers, game 1 of 4 here at Coors Field. Hi, everybody. Jerry Schimmel along with George Fraser. And, George, here we are back home after a long road trip for the Rockies. And it seems like about every day we hear about injuries with this team. Almost daily somebody's getting hurt. But finally today, good news on the injury front.
Yeah, really good news on the injury front. Nolan Arenado, he's back. The Rockies have only won 8 games since he left this ball club with that injury to the left hand. So now he is back. He's played very well, swung the bat well at Colorado Springs. He DH'd last night for 5 innings. He ended up getting a couple of hits in that ball game. He has swung the bat well, eager to get back on the field again. And did the Rockies miss him? Yes, they missed him. They missed the offense. They missed the walk-offs. They missed the deep home runs from Nolan Arenado. At the time, in 49 games, he had 28 RBIs, and no one will forget the walk-off that he had against the Giants here. But it's not just the bat, it's the defense that joins in. A pick from the backside that we've seen so often in the accurate throw to first base by Nolan Arenado. The slow roller and the bare hand grab in front of Tulo, the snap throw, and able to get the out at first base. It is a welcoming sight to see Nolan Arenado back in uniform in Colorado.
Well, we had position players hurt. We've also had pitchers hurt. It's hard to say who's coming and going these days with the rotation. What about this weekend for this rotation for the Rockies?
It's going to be interesting, Jerry, because I think what we're looking at is Greinke obviously today going against Morales. Then you have Kershaw, Heron, and Beckett. You'll be countered by De La Rosa and Flande on the weekend. Yet to be determined tomorrow who will start for the Rockies. You can throw around a ton of names right now. They just acquired Jarger Jans, who is a very good pitcher before all the injuries. Would he be that guy? Who knows? We'll find out tomorrow, and we'll let you know.
One of the guys who has not been hurt this year has been very productive, Justin Morneau. Probably, when you look at the numbers, deserving of an all-star bid. We'll see if he gets that. We'll come back. Mark Stout will take a look at the Rockies' first baseman and his first down. Stay with us right here on Root Sports.
here at Coors Field in Lodo as the Rockies get ready to take on the Dodgers. First of 4 with LA on this 4th of July weekend. A guy that has been on fire, that would be Rockies first baseman Justin Morneau. Had a hit in every game on the road trip. In fact, he comes into tonight's game with an 8-game hitting streak. Over that time, 15 for 33. He's second in the league in RBIs with 58. In his last 20 games, he's hit .416 with 24 RBIs. And he hits even better at home at Coors Field. Hitting instructor Blake Doyle said it's because he has been direct to the baseball this year.
When you see him, he's not long, and his two-strike approach has been fantastic. So the bottom line, he can hit that way, and it's working. And as long as his two-strike approach is good, and he's getting RBIs with those, wow, it's pretty impressive.
If you've watched Justin Morneau, he maybe has reminded you a little bit of Todd Helton when he gets two-strike on him. He will foul pitches off, go the other way, do whatever he has to get a base hit. Walt Weiss was talking about Morneau today before the game, saying, you know what, this guy deserves to be an NL All-Star. Of course, the All-Star game happening back in Minneapolis at Target Field where he used to play. That would be fitting for Morneau. So keep an eye on number 33. Let's hope he gets it to 9 games in a row with a knock tonight. Rockies and the Dodgers. It's going to be exciting here at Coors Field. There's the team that on the verge of being the top in the NL West, taking on the Rockies for the first of 4 next on Root Sports.
On Root Sports is brought to you by your neighborhood Toyota stores. Toyota, let's go places. By Inova Cancer Care, taking a novel approach to cancer care. Learn more about prostate cancer treatment at InovaCare.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at Southwest.com. Overcast conditions tonight in downtown Denver, but a nice night for baseball as Franklin Morales will get the spot start for the Rockies tonight. And for the Dodgers tonight, they have a lot of speed at the top of their lineup. D. Gordon will lead off. He has been very tough against the Rockies this year. One of those home runs has come against the Rockies. He gets them going. And here is the starting lineups brought to you by Southwest. Visit Southwest.com. Dodgers go this way. Gordon and Puig. Ramirez back in the lineup playing shortstop. Adrian Gonzalez at first. Matt Kent playing left field these days. Scott Van Slyke a start in center. Juan Uribe, the former Rocky is at third base. A.J. Ellis, a veteran catcher, and then Zach Greinke, the right-hander, on the mound tonight for the Dodgers. Anova Cancer Care starting pitchers. Painless outpatient treatment of prostate cancer. Visit AnovaCC.com.
20 games for Franklin Morales. 11 of those have been starts. 4-4 record overall. 8 games in relief. He had pitched very well. 14 innings, 450 earned runs. All of those came in a couple of his outings. 36 career starts, 12-11 overall record. This year in the rotation, 3-4 with a 6.13 ERA. As he takes on the Los Angeles Dodgers. His career 2-1, 506 earned run average in 21 innings versus the Dodgers.
Let's look at the Rockies with the leather. And the defense brought to you by XL Energy. Visit responsiblebynature.com today to learn more. Outfield left to right is Dickerson, Stubbs, and Blackman. Arenado back at third base tonight. Tulowitzki, LeMahieu, Morneau, Rosario. That's basically the regular defensive lineup when the team is healthy for the Rockies. And, of course, the lefty Franklin Morales is on the mound. So Nolan Arenado getting that start at third base. He is fired up. He's fired up when he's not playing, and when he's playing, especially fired up. But Nolan Arenado anxious to get back. He's gotten there tonight, and as a result, there's a roster move with the Rockies. And here, Christian Friedrich, probably no big surprise, George, sent down to AAA.
Yeah, he struggled up here. The opposition hit .356 against him, 0-3, 945 earned run average, and it's good to see Nolan back. Playing third base for the Colorado Rockies and taking the defense to his side.
He hasn't been the only reason. It's certainly one of them. The Rockies have fallen off the last month. The injury to the Rockies Gold Glove third baseman.
Well, the rotation crushed. And that's the only way you can look at it as far as injuries concerned.
So Walt Weiss will look on, try to get something going at home. Walt talked about that before the game this afternoon, saying, hey, we're back home. Maybe it's time to get back on the right track. We'll see. D. Gordon leads off for the Dodgers. First pitch is inside, ball one for Franklin Morales.
They will work the zone on Franklin. They're going to make him throw strikes, try to work things early in his first time through the lineup.
Lefty on lefty for Morales. There's a strike called. Gordon has swung the hot bat. Multi-hit games in 4 of his last 8, and that's a .455 clip. And so Morales has his work cut out to start this game against a hot hitter. Showed bunt, took the pitch for a strike, 1-2.
Good cutter. It was 91 miles an hour with late life on the outside corner. A lot of guys with speed have a tendency to leave the box early as they start their swing, so they can get that advancement to first base and slap the ball to the left side.
1-2 pitch. He tried to do that and slapped it foul back to the screen. Franklin sat out as a starter anyway the month of June. He came from the bullpen the entire month of June. So back as a starter, as George said, 3-4 as a starter, and a much higher ERA as a starter than a bullpen guy. 12th start tonight of the season. They had the count to D. Gordon. 1-2 pitch and a ground ball. Morneau's got that one. He will race to the bag and get out number 1 for the speedy D. Gordon. So 3 unassisted for the hopeful All-Star for the Rockies, Justin Morneau. Now we got Toyota Talk coming up. Tweet your questions using the hashtag Toyota Talk, and watch as we answer your questions during the 5th inning of every game and counting tonight as well. Here's Yasiel Puig. He's had some injury problems as well the last week and a half, but he has put together a very good season. .314 with the power numbers being double figures with home runs and 46 RBIs. Big, strong, right-handed hitter out of Cuba. Here goes Morales to work. This ball caught the inside corner.
Brian O'Nora calling balls and strikes behind home plate. Corey Blazer at first, Pat Hoberg, and Jeff Kellogg. And O'Nora, one of those guys that has a very liberal strike zone if you can put it there consistently.
Just saw it with that pitch. Next pitch is slap foul down the right field side off the end of his bat. And Morales working ahead of Puig. It's 0-2. There's Brian O'Nora. And as long as you know that coming in, Jack, I mean, both pitchers are okay with that. Both managers are okay with that. A wide strike zone, a big strike zone, as long as you're consistent.
Well, as long as you're consistent, you give the corners and you're allowed to break the ball to work. Everybody's happy.
Out ahead of Gordon, ahead of now Puig, and that pitch missed outside. Didn't miss by much. Nice try there to try to get Puig to swing at a pitch out of the strike zone. 1-2. Breaking ball popped up behind home plate, and Rosario will see this one find the seats. Still 1-2 on Puig. Overcast skies, but really a great night for baseball. We're expected to have warmer temperatures as the weekend proceeds here. Of course, this Thursday night, Friday is July 4th tomorrow, and then afternoon games here Saturday and Sunday for the Rockies. 4-game series against the Dodgers. Rockies 3-6 so far against the Dodgers this year. Next pitch is a breaking ball down, 2-2. 83 degrees at first pitch tonight. Morales 6'1", 210, 28 years of age now, out of Venezuela. 2-2 pitch to Puig, swing and a miss on a high fastball.
Threw it right by him, elevated heater up on the outside part of the plate. Had no shot at catching up to this after a couple of off-speed pitches, and he just threw the ball by him.
Yeah, set up nicely, didn't he, with those off-speed pitches?
There you see on the Mike Shaw Subaru Super Mow, right out of the hand, elevated. So when the ball gets that elevated, it's tough for hitters to lay off of it. You add the velocity behind it, tough to make contact.
So 2 quick outs for Franklin Morales with this huge crowd tonight. They're still filing in. They're expecting a sellout tonight and tomorrow with fireworks tonight and tomorrow night. And Hanley Ramirez stands in. He has been roughed up some, a couple of different injuries, but back in the lineup tonight for Don Mattingly, and he takes the first pitch low. Since June 24th, so we're looking at well over a week, just 2 at-bats for Hanley Ramirez. But he sure has roughed up the Rockies this year and in his career. Breaking ball is low, 2-0. Last time Ramirez is here, hit a long home run onto the concourse in left field. Interesting to see what happens with him, George, when the season's over. He's a free agent. There's not a lot of talk with the Dodgers about re-signing him.
There is, and I think too New York would probably be an option with the retirement of Jeter, and no one standing in the wings to take that job.
Next pitch is a little bit outside. That's ball 3. That caught the upper end of the strike zone, but called a ball. So 3-0 on Ramirez after the two quick outs. Swing and a miss on a 3-0 pitch.
What I liked it was a cutter, and it's a confident pitch that Franklin has thrown of late when behind it counts. And for hitters in fastball counts, don't expect the type of movement off-centered off the baseball, which creates it. You know, he's just allowing the grip to do the work. Swung right underneath the pitch.
Three and one. Here's a pitch by Morales, and that one's hit down the left field line, but this will be a foul ball. Hit it pretty well. Not quite home run distance, but a foul ball, and now a full count. Well, who wants tacos? Remember, if the Rockies score 7 or more runs during any game, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day between 4 and 6 and get your Rockies taco special. Liv Moss at Taco Bell. So full count on Hanley Ramirez. 2 outs and nobody on. We're in the top of the first inning. And the payoff pitch, and that one's fouled away. Dodgers come in 9 games over 500. They have won 11 of their last 16 overall. Half a game back of the Giants, who lost this afternoon in the division. Had the division lead for 1 day. It was on Monday. Don Mattingly's team, and then San Francisco got it back, and they've still got that half-game lead. But the Dodgers playing good baseball with some very good pitching these days. Get your setup inside. The pitch too far inside, and it's low as well. And a walk given to Hanley Ramirez. So a dangerous right-handed hitter at first base. Now a lefty at the plate with Adrian Gonzalez. And have auto glass damage? Well, trust Safe Light. Go to online to safelight.com or call 303-287-5000 to schedule an appointment now at Safe Light Auto Glass. Morales has always been tough on left-handed hitters, right around 200 in the career against him. And here's one, and he takes strike one as Adrian Gonzalez.
You know, if you make a mistake on the inner half of the plate with a breaking ball, particularly against Gonzalez, he'll pull it and take the ball up into the upper, off the wall or out of the ballpark. What he does really well, I think, is go to the opposite field gap on a slider, a cutter, down and away from him. And he's got enough power to do that, to take it and slice it into the outfield.
There's a foul ball, so quickly ahead 0-2. The Rockies have put a defensive shift on. There you see it. That's Arenado by himself on the left side of the infield, and then LeMahieu way out in shallow right field.
Well, Arenado always wanted to play short. He's getting his chance.
Yep. Tulowitzki right behind second base. 0-2 pitch. Did he get it? Just a little bit low. And did not go around on appeal, so 1-2 on Gonzalez.
A great overhead look at this. You'll be able to see whether he comes forward or does not. And it looked like he held it up to me. There's the overhead look. Bat never came beyond the home plate area.
Now the 1-2. That one's chopped foul. Gonzalez a year ago had a lot of trouble with left-handed pitching. This year a little bit different. 178 a year ago, 274 this season.
Big difference, 100 points. Obviously, a year ago was able to pitch around at times. Got forced into trying to chase some pitches behind in counts.
He says taking the ball the other way or up the middle a little more has helped him against lefties this year. 1-2 pitch is high. Tried to do what he did with Puig and get a fastball up and have him swing underneath it, but he wouldn't do it. 2-2.
You notice the infield alignment. You look at the outfield right now, how Dickerson is not far off the line here. And you got a straightaway with Stubbs, and then a little bit slight pull, but more up the middle with Blackman also. There was the inside-outside swing. He's trying to take that ball to the opposite field, let that back elbow drop close to the body, change the plane to the bat.
Two outs, a man at first for Franklin Morales, trying to get the Rockies in the dugout. Hit in the bottom of the first inning. No score here with Ramirez at first. Threw a 2-out walk. The pitch to Gonzalez, and it's fouled away again. George, one thing about Franklin Morales, the numbers may not be all that impressive, but the guy goes out and competes.
He doesn't give up, I can tell you that. Regardless of the score, he's going to challenge hitters and go right at guys. High energy guy on the mound.
It's a good battle here, Gonzalez and Franklin Morales. Short lead for Ramirez at first, but he has very good speed. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the slider, and it was a dandy. Good first inning for Franklin Morales. He gets a couple of strikeouts. This one against a left-handed hitter, and he got him to chase a pitch out of the strike zone. No score. Rockies coming up to bat. tomorrow night as well in Game 2, and then 2 afternoon games. Charlie Blackmon's going to lead off for the Rockies in this Game 1. And here's the Southwest Airlines lineup for the Rockies. Blackmon will begin things, and then Drew Stubbs, another outfielder, will hit second. Morneau is hitting third. Tulo at shortstop as a cleanup guy. Then Corey Dickerson, Nolan Arenado hitting in that number 6 spot. And Wayne Rosario, the catcher. LeMahieu in that familiar number 8 spot. Franklin Morales will hit 9. Defense for the Dodgers. Brought to you by starting pitcher. Nova Cancer Care starting pitcher. Painless outpatient treatment of prostate cancer. Visit novacc.com. Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke, 17 starts on the year, 10-4 overall, 278. A lot of strikeouts, not many walks. He will give up a home run at times. But if you go back in time to see what Greinke has meant and what he has done win percentage wise, he's won a lot of baseball games. You see the 12 home runs given up in 103 2/3 innings. Interesting note, since he just joined the Dodgers after a loss when he starts, the Dodgers are 13-2, and they lost in Cleveland yesterday.
19 times he has pitched after a loss, and he's won 13 of those times. That to me is remarkable, and the ERA in that time is below 2. The premier right-handers in baseball, no question. Numbers bear that out. 0-2 on Blackmon.
You look back to 2011, Zach Greinke, you have the best winning percentage leaders in all of baseball. He is at the top at 56-19. Scherzer, Kershaw, Loesch, and Weaver on that list. A couple have won more ball games, but they have lost more.
Another 0-2 pitch to Charlie Blackmon. He was swinging and missed that. High fastball, strike out for Blackmon, out number 1. Let's look at our Excel defense, brought to you by Excel Energy. Visit responsiblebynature.com today to learn more. And here's defensively the Dodgers set tonight. Kemps, Van Slyke, and Puig left to right. Then Uribe, Ramirez back at short, D. Gordon at second, Gonzalez always at first. A.J. Ellis, a veteran catcher behind the plate for Zach Greinke.
See if it holds up. This is kind of one of those weird baseball things, folks, is that anytime a starting pitcher strikes out the leadoff man, it seems like they have a bad game.
The pitcher has a bad game?
The pitcher has a bad. I mean, just over the years, looking at it and watching it, they punch out the first guy and feel a little happy. 94-mile-an-hour heater, throw it right by the guy.
He's okay with that.
Obviously, one exception is Kershaw when he punched out 15 in a no-hitter. But I just watch it, and a lot of times I haven't tracked it over time. But leading off with a strikeout, typically not a good thing. Greinke is 12-1 versus the National League West since he joined the Dodgers.
How about that?
Since he joined the Dodgers.
1-1 to Stubbs, bounced up the middle. Ramirez behind the bag, tough play, throw to first, not in time. Stubbs runs so very well. Ramirez had trouble getting to that ball, let alone getting rid of it. That's an infield single.
That kind of speed with the ball hit on the ground, fat chance that you're ever going to catch up to be able to get Drew Stubbs. Runs very hard right out of the box, eats up a lot of real estate. Hanley got across the middle of the diamond and able to catch this baseball, but it took about 7 steps to gather himself, and that allowed Stubbs to get there. On a Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo, he beat the ball by about a step.
He'll bring a hot hitter to the plate now, Justin Morneau, with a lot of speed at first base, and Drew Stubbs. And the pitch swung on and missed by Morneau, and strike 1. Justin has not fared well in his career against Greinke. 7 for 41. He's had a great season for the Rockies, first year in a Rocky uniform. Tossed to first by Greinke. He's got a good quick move over to first base, and Stubbs appreciates that. He was back in plenty of time there.
A very, very good athlete.
One strike on Morneau. And the pitch, 2 strikes, throw to first, and Stubbs is back.
Since June 10th, as we creep up on 30 days, Morneau has led the National League in average at 416 and RBIs with 24.
Road trip, he went 10 for 23. No matter lefties or righties in that road trip, he was getting base hits against them. Down to the count 0-2 here. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Did what he did to Blackman. Went upstairs with a fastball at 95 miles an hour.
And typically, you see a lot of balls down in the zone. You look at the 4th strike zone. You see the first couple down in the strike zone on the inner half. Very good command of that. And then here goes above the hands in. Right out of his hand, you'll be able to picture this. And as you try to get your hands in as close as you can and react to the pitch, 95 elevated is like 105.
Here's Tulo. Stubbs at first. He certainly is that threat to steal a base. Held on by Gonzalez. Frankie delivers to Tulowitzki, and the pitch is outside, ball 1. Troy sat out 1 game in that road trip. He went 7 for 20. And a good solid career against Greinke at 308.
There's 98 hits right now, 6th in the National League. Murphy leads it with 104.
Stubbs taken off. Chopper toward third, handed by Uribe. Long throw is in time to get Tulowitzki, and the Rockies' first comes to an end. We'll head to the second. No score in this game 1. Rockies and Dodgers, Coors Field.
Arenado warming up here as we get things going in the second inning. He, of course, is back off the DL, first game today. And I asked him what he learned when he was on the DL.
Watching how people handle their business, how pitchers work, and how the game works. Sometimes when you see it from a different view, you pick up different things. But I feel like the best experience is if you're playing, and that's a big thing for me because I need the experience, and I learn a lot by that.
And you know what, Jerry? That's what you already said. You said that he wants to be out there. He's antsy when he's not. When he gets out there, that's when he's at his best. This guy is a ball player, and I love it too, guys. That we talk defense first with Nolan Arenado.
Yeah, that's Nolan right there, and I don't think anybody enjoys practicing baseball more than him too. George.
He works at it.
Yep. So Matt Kemp will lead off against Morales, hitting in the 5th spot. Chop that one foul, strike 1. Kemp and then Van Slyke and Uribe. 265 for the year for Kemp. He's trying to get back and get healthy, nearly 100%, he was saying the other day, but still not running nearly as well as he used to. Last 13 games, just a .220 batting average. And he's 0 for his last 9. 1-1. Out of Midwest City, Oklahoma. I'm guessing you've been there, George.
I've been there a few times. You bet. There's another pretty good player on their ball club too, Jamie Wright, #1 draft pick of the Colorado Rockies out of that Oklahoma City area.
Matt Kemp, very good high school basketball player. Had some interest in the University of Oklahoma to play basketball, but Got very serious about baseball. Sophomore, junior year of high school, and the Dodgers grabbed him. 2-1 pitch. That one's hit up the middle. Tulowitzki charging. But throw. Plenty of time to get Kemp. And there's a play where Kemp, a couple years ago, might have made that close, but not even close the way he runs, and Tulowitzki with a fine defensive play.
Well, I had the bat up above, high above the hands. Franklin able to get the ball inside. Tulo got to the ball in a hurry and a snap throw to Morneau to get Kemp. See all this on the Mike Shaw Subaru Super Mo. You can see a great defensive play by Tulo, able to take care of Matt Kemp.
Another right-handed hitter for Morales, Scott Van Slyke, and a curveball caught the outside corner for strike one.
A lot of power. 16 home runs, his first 286 career at bats.
Next pitch, a fastball, and it missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Didn't miss by much. And Slyke has 67 career hits. 32 of those are for extra bases. That's the power George is talking about.
Home runs and doubles. And a good athlete playing center field today with his size. Typically a corner guy or first base.
He's played all 4 of those positions this year for the Dodgers. Pulled that one foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Scott Van Slyke. Son of Andy Van Slyke, the former Major League outfielder.
Who's he coaching for in the big Pirates? Who is it, Dougie? Who's Andy coaching for? Dougie will have it for. Came back to coaching just the last couple of years.
Scott's got an older brother, AJ. They were drafted in the same year. One out of high school. Scott, AJ out of junior college. His pitch is hit foul at the plate.
In Cleveland yesterday, he got a fastball that appeared to stay up into the zone, in the Dodger Stadium, and hit this down into the bullpen. Raise the front leg high and swing as hard as I can. He doesn't get cheated at the plate.
That is the approach for him. Big, strong guy, too. This one fouled away. You would think you could get with that big leg kick like that, George. You think you could get him with the breaking ball, but he stays back pretty well on that back foot.
Stays very balanced with the back foot. He also is able, when he's on that back leg, to keep the shoulders very level and the head still, which is hard to do. By the way, Van Slyke's with the Mariners coaching. First base, if I'm not mistaken.
1-1 has popped up on the infield.
A little wind at Coors Field now as their storm's moving around the downtown area.
DJ LeMahieu stays with that one and gets out number 2. Now, Wells Fargo customers get your 2-for-1 Rockies club level tickets today by going to wellsfargo.com/Rockies. Wells Fargo Bank, member FDIC. So 2 away, and Juan Uribe, the third baseman. It's the first time this year the Rockies have seen him. He's been on the shelf a couple of different times. The fastball's there for strike 1. Limited time because of the injuries for Uribe. But he's got 4 homers and 21 RBIs and playing a very good third base. A little bit inside, 1-1. Dodgers lost that game yesterday, by the way, that you just saw against Cleveland. They lost the last 2 against the Indians at home. So Cleveland takes 2 out of 3. That pitch is outside, but still 48-39 the record for the Dodgers, and they've won 11 of their last 16 games. This pitch is hit hard to left field. That's a base hit. Sitting on a fastball at 2-1, and he found one, and he's got himself a base hit. That's the second base runner for the Dodgers tonight.
And Jerry, you talked about how much improved this ball club has been. You look back on June 8th, the Dodger ball club trailed San Francisco by 9.5. Since that time, San Francisco 5-17, the Dodgers 15-8, and they are tied as going into this ball game against Colorado. San Francisco lost earlier today 7-2 to St. Louis.
It's amazing the Giants could go 5-17, still hold on to first place. So 2 outs. A.J. Ellis, a veteran catcher, hitting 8th. That's inside and low, ball 1. This guy, a very good defensive catcher. Because of injuries, just 31 games for him this year. He's always hit well against the Rockies. And he's starting to find his swing a little more. The last week or so, he's been swinging the bat much better. We'll get in there for a strike. E.J. Ellis out of Austin Peay University. There's the line for the Nuggets. 44 games and a Rocky killer. 6 homers and 30 RBIs. Not a home run hitter, but against the Rockies he seems to be.
Purchase a green pack and help out the environment while enjoying a day at the ballpark. Availability, that's a big word for me, Jerry. July 6th and 7th, $5 off every green pack goes towards planting trees. So make sure you participate in that. Rockies.com/green.
1-2 pitch. Right there, strike 3 call. Surprised him with a cut fastball, and it found the strike zone. Good inning again for Franklin Morales. Led to the bottom of the 2nd. No score at Coors Field. Around the ballpark, but we don't have any rain here in downtown Denver. No score in the bottom of the 2nd inning with the Rockies and Dodgers. Well, it's time now for you to tweet us your Rockies fan photos using the hashtag #COFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown during an upcoming broadcast. It's brought to you by AT&T.
Jerry, don't do a selfie and tweet it. You can't do that.
Dang it. Why not?
Because they don't allow it.
All right. You can do it, but I can't.
I'm
okay,
not doing it.
That
I'm
makes
not
a lot
doing
of
it.
sense.
Trust me. I don't even know how to do it.
I don't think I do either. Corey Dickerson showing one. He'll take a strike from Zach Greinke.
Well, what was interesting, their defensive alignment is they got a rebate well off the bag at third base. Now, he is playing on the grass, about 2 steps behind, but it'd be difficult to get to a good bunt.
Dickerson will line this one off the glove of the shortstop Ramirez and into shallow left center. Dickerson will hold at first base with a base hit off of Zach Greinke going the other way. Terrific fan reaction for Nolan Arenado, missing 37 games, back in the lineup tonight. We had a few fans around the ballpark stand and cheer. Here's his first at bat tonight.
can only imagine the nerves now, even though he's played for a while at the big league level, because he's such a high energy guy.
Gold Glove a year ago, then a long hitting streak in the first half of this year, then the injury, and now back. And talked to him a little bit this afternoon. He said, hey, I'm feeling 100%, no pain, no lingering effects whatsoever. Breaking ball missed. Time for the Steel Tee Heating and Air Cool Stat. Never a trip charge for a repair. That's a $69 value. Steel Tee. The T stands for trust. Go to steeltee.com. Pretty cool stat there.
Yeah, absolutely. First, as through May 23rd, covering 49 ball games, he had first in average, first in doubles, RBI second, home runs fourth, and he led defensively.
That one right back to Greinke, and they'll double up Dickerson at first base.
Well, you just didn't know whether Greinke could get the height to catch the baseball. Unfortunately, Dickerson thought it was going to get over his head. He didn't want to have the double play completed. So as a result, they get the double play anyway when Greinke catches this ball. You're always taught freeze on the line drives. Fortunately, took off and they doubled him off. Greinke gets some airtime here. Timed it too.
Well, you mentioned he's a great athlete. Showed it right there. Terrific youth tennis player and golfer, as well as obviously a superstar athlete as a pitcher.
He leads their ball club in double play turn to 4th.
Is he really?
Feels his position very well.
Molin Rosario looks at ball one. Michael McHenry was a catcher in last night's game in Washington. Rosario back in there. That's a little high, 2-0. No score, bottom of the second inning at Coors Field. Pitch by Greinke, and that one is hit to center field. Playable there for Van Slyke. He's in a couple of steps, and he'll haul that one in. That ends the second inning for the Rockies. We'll go on to the third. Stay with us on Root Sports. No score here in the top of the third inning at Coors Field. You'll log on to CFD Rodeo /McGraw for your chance to win tickets to see Tim McGraw with special guests Kip Moore and Cassidy Pope. It's Saturday, July 26th at Cheyenne Frontier Days, the summer's largest country music festival, plus rodeo tickets. And the grand prize package includes a VIP CBR bull riding World Finals experience, meet and greet, concert tickets, hotel, Western wardrobe, and much more. For official rules and to enter, visit cfdrodeo.com/McGraw. Lots of folks here, and lots of happy young folks apparently here tonight. Fireworks after the ball game, so we're going to be full tonight and tomorrow night. Zach Greinke leads off. Very good hitting pitcher. Talked about the athlete that he is. He can swing the bat. Last year led all major league pitchers with a .328 batting average and hits one down the left field line, but this is a foul ball.
3 career home runs for Greinke now, and that's something you got to pay attention to. 9 RBIs. That was a shot. Right down in the left field corner. You'll see it fouled by about 15 feet. Got right down inside of that corner. But yet hit very hard.
Greinke was drafted out of high school by the Royals, but he was a terrific high school shortstop. He had 31 homers in his career in high school in Orlando. That pitch gets in there for a strike. It's 0-2. Wind really whipping around now. 0-2 pitch. And a ground ball up the middle. That's grabbed by Tulowitzki. Quick throw to first. Got it! That is a dandy defensive play by Tulowitzki.
All about getting a break on the baseball with a pitcher up who just yanked it down the third base line. He pulls this ball up the middle. Tulowitzki lays out, gets the glove to it, pops out, snap throw to first, and they get him. Tulowitzki, all-time fielding percentage as a shortstop, #1. Vizquel, #2. Jimmy Rollins, J.J. Hardy, and Mike Bordick comes in at 5th. So it tells you something about his ability and where he stands all-time fielding percentage of shortstops.
D. Gordon grounded out to Morneau first time up. Looking to bunt, puts a bunt down, third base side. It is a beauty. That's a base hit. The only hope was that ball was going to go foul, and it did not before Rosario grabbed it.
I don't think you have a shot either way. So when this ball's bunted up the first baseline, it hits the edge of the grass and starts to spin. At that point, you don't have a shot anyway. Let it spin, maybe see if it does go foul versus picking it up that quick.
Sometimes
Gordon with 40 stolen bases, obviously been caught 9 times.
Now you put the pressure on the defense here, especially on the catcher Rosario with that speed at first base. Rockies do have Franklin Morales, a lefty, who has a good move, but sometimes too good. He's been called for a lot of balks. This one is hit on one hop. LeMahieu's got it. Can't find the handles, has to go to first base and get the out. Looked at going for 2 there. Just a little bit of side spin perhaps on that ball when it bounced.
And you probably turn it if it's fielded cleanly because of the positioning of Tulowitzki and his arm. Mike Shaw Subaru Super Mopes. He starts to turn the body, and as he does, the ball took a crooked hop on him, caught him right on the heel of the glove. The Rockies defensively up the middle. And I found this interesting today because I had Doug look it up. Tulowitzki 4 errors and LeMahieu just 2. Of all players that have played up the middle, and Rutley just played there, along with Morneau at shortstop. Culberson has played some second base, some shortstop. The Rockies are second defensively in that category with those with the players that have played short and second with only 10 errors committed. The Dodgers next to last with 22. Atlanta and Arizona have 22 errors up the middle of guys that have played that position, but the Rockies with just 10, and tonight only 6 between the 2 of the guys, LeMahieu and Tulowitzki. Oh boy.
Pitch out.
How you like that? Go ahead.
Comes back to Rosario from the wall.
Oops.
He had called a pitch out. Morales didn't have a pitch out in his mind.
Yeah, 2-0 here. Maybe, he's saying, all right, gave it to you. Well, maybe I didn't. Maybe that was a strike. You know the guy that's really happy over all of this? Brian Honora, the home plate umpire, that he didn't get hit with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It was able to sneak by him, but it shot right back to Wallin, and he was prepared to throw out Gordon.
Rosario walked out and tried to get on the same page with Morales.
Well, a normal pitch out sign is a fist, a complete fist. Well, with the runner on second and a base stealer, you couldn't use that sign. So they have devised another sign to go through probably for that pickoff at second or for the pitch out. But then Morales forgot that he had received that from Rosario.
Pitch gets in there to Hanley Ramirez, a changeup on 2-0. Walked his first time. Last time up, Ramirez had a 3-0 count, swung away at a cutter and missed it. Here he takes a pitch, a changeup on 2-0. Fouled straight back, so now 2-2. Morales traded from the Red Sox with Chris Martin for Johnny Herrera. Second time around with the Rockies. Came up in 2007 in that World Series year for the Rockies. Made his debut in August. The 2-2 count on Hanley Ramirez. Runner at second, 2 outs. And the pitch. Missed it low. Full count. You got first base open. You've got a left-handed hitter in Gonzalez. There he is on deck. And Morales able to strike Gonzalez out the first time up.
You just don't give him anything to hit. You go secondary stuff, and if you miss, you miss. And face left on left.
Set up the force at the same time, and a walk given for the second time in the game to Ramirez, and Rosario just going to go calm his pitcher down and got to go to work against now Gonzalez.
On the pregame show, the most pitches thrown by Morales in a game was 99.
You know, Subaru brings you the manager's challenge. If there's a questionable call, instant replay will be used to determine the outcome. It's brought to you by Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. A little bit of rain coming down now in downtown Denver. Wind really whipping around. And a pitch to Gonzalez. Line drive, base hit to left field. That'll score D. Gordon. Dodgers draw first blood tonight. He goes the other way against a shift. 1-0 Los Angeles.
We talked a little bit earlier about his ability to do that. 53 RBIs now for Adrian. But his ability to take the pitch on the outer half of the plate and not try to overamp it, pull it, and go to the other way with it. It's right on the outer half. It's a cutter at 87 miles an hour. Line shot to Dickerson. Gordon speed, no match for a play at the plate. And I mentioned just a second ago about Franklin Morales. 99 pitches have been the most he had thrown in a start. That was 30 days ago. His most out of the bullpen so far has been 57, and that was 18 days ago. So he may be limited to how deep he can go into this game.
And Kemp grounded out his first time. Takes strike one from Morales.
We'll mention a mistake. 53 RBIs now for Adrian Gonzalez. I said 52. Dougie very alertly pointed to my mistake. He'll do that.
He will.
Just preparing.
Another ground ball to Tulowitzki. He'll go the short way to second to get the force. And the inning comes to an end. But the Dodgers score. They've taken the lead. Middle of 3, 1-0 Los Angeles. presented by Mako, the company that repairs all kinds of hits. Michael McHenry in last night's Game 3 in Washington. A 3-run home run over the bullpen in left center field. That cleared the bullpen. That was close to 400 feet from McHenry, his first home run this year. That was all the Rockies scoring in that game last night when they lost 4-3. Check out your local Mako for collision repairs and auto painting for as low as $449. Visit Mako.com today. Zach Greinke going to work against the Rockies. He's allowed to hit in each of the first 2 innings. One to Stubbs first inning, Dickerson in the second, but no damage. And here's DJ LeMahieu.
That little brief shower they had cooled things down, it seems, a little bit, but now the sun's out. Dougie said it'd be an unusual night come to weather.
Dougie says that it's going to happen.
Trust me, he hadn't been wrong in 18 years when it comes to the weather. So I added that. When it comes to the weather.
Other things he's maybe wrong about?
Not on stats in baseball,
Yeah.
never.
All right.
You know, we do to play this every 4th of July, though. It's called Stump Dougie. So if somebody asks some really crazy question, text it in, the Toyota text, for Doug to try to answer about a baseball fact.
Okay.
So we're going to stump Dougie tonight.
I got one for him coming up here,
Okay.
too.
Dougie's not very happy right now. Come on, folks, go to work. I want to hear it. Let's stump Doug. Come on. And he has only 10 minutes to answer.
Okay.
There is rules.
Okay.
Well, how many minutes do you want, Doug? Unlimited? You get 10 minutes. I'm making the rules on Stump Dougie, all right?
Oh, and 2 on DJ LeMahieu. Greinke delivers. It's in the dirt.
And if you stump him, he will buy you breakfast.
Really?
Yeah, you will.
What if you're texting from Rapid City, South Dakota or somewhere? You'll still buy breakfast?
They better get on a bus and show up. Otherwise, he's out.
I thought he had to go up
Oh,
there.
no.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
He wants to see Mount Rushmore anyway.
He's been there.
2-2 on LeMahieu. I had a question posed to me today I did not have the answer to. The origin of the term bullpen or the word bullpen. Any
Doug?
idea? How did the word
Here we go.
bullpen
10 minutes.
get
You're
started?
on.
All right. I think it has something to do with cattle, but I don't know. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another high fastball.
You're getting ready to say the elevated fastball has been his friend tonight. The Rockies have chased early on in this ball game out of the scouting report. A couple of balls up and away to DJ. One he fought off, but this last on the Mike Shaw Subaru Super Bowl, it has some late run and elevation. See the Rockies trying to get their hands inside the baseball, very close to the body, try to get the good wood on it. And able to come up with that early in this game.
He struck out Blackman, Morneau, and LeMahieu all with that same pitch. Here's Morales showing bunt, but he'll pull the bat back. It's ball 1. And I think all 3 of those strike 3s were out of the strike zone high. Morales hitting 125 this year. Ball 2.
Notice how he stepped out of the box a little bit. That can drive some pitchers nuts. When you start your windup and you look up and the guy's stepping out of the box, out of the thing. Is he calling time? What's he doing? You go ahead and throw the pitch and it's ball 2. Ball 3.
Imagine Franklin's going to take 1, maybe 2 pitches if he gets a strike on 3-0. Charlie Blackman is on deck. Pitch gets in there. 3-1 on the Rockies pitcher.
What's going on with Greinke? He threw that pitch and he just kind of squatted down, starting to stretch a little bit.
That one swung on and fouled away. So now a full count on Morales.
You always want to, as a pitcher, learn the tendencies, or I should say as a manager and as a pitching coach, the tendencies of your pitcher. Because a lot of times, see how he shakes his arm, kind of snaps the elbow, rolls the shoulder, does different things with his body action. A lot of guys do that, but there's nothing going on as Rick Honeycutt looks on out of the dugout.
3-2 is bounced towards short. Ramirez has it. And it's tossed to first base to get the out. 2 down.
And a very close play. Good hustle by Morales.
All right, well, Yankees come up with the answer to the bullpen. Bull Durham Tobacco. It's based in North Carolina. The company is. They had signs all over the ballpark, and then in those early days, pitchers warming up for relief duty often chose to limber up in the shade of those big signs, those Bull Durham Tobacco signs. They called it the bullpen. Very nice, Doug.
The baseball dictionary, by the way.
All right. Not in his head, but
Doug wrote it. Doug wrote the book.
Doug wrote the book. Yeah. Blackman struck out first time. A look at strike 1.
Doug has his master's from Harvard. I'm teasing. He went to Dayton. The Flyers.
Blackman will chop that one foul at the plate, and Greinke's working ahead of him. It's 0-2. Greinke, the 6th pick overall, 2002 by the Royals. 6.5 years with Kansas City for this right-hander. He got dealt to Milwaukee, spent a year with the Angels, and now his 2nd year with the Dodgers.
And Milwaukee got Segura and a right-hander named Hellwig. The big right-hander, 6'9", but he has not panned out.
On a ball to first, Gonzalez has that. Quick inning again for Zach Greinke. He's rolling along against the Rockies. Rockies trail. We enter the 4th inning, 1-0.
Game weekend series against the Dodgers. LA is up 1-0. We go top 4. The Rocks were just in Washington. Felt patriotic there. And I want to go back to yesterday's game and show you this double play that DJ LeMahieu and Troy Tulowitzki turned. Anthony Rendon had hit it. I'm sure he thought he was getting it first. But what a play by LeMahieu. And then the bare hand by Tulowitzki. I talked to Morneau today. Justin said he's got impeccable accuracy throwing from second to first on those double plays. Does Troy Tulowitzki. And Jerry and George, DJ hit a home run against Steven Strasburg in that series. I said, what's better, the home run or the turning 2? Right away he said turning that 2 was the best ever.
Oh yeah, when you make a play like that.
Yeah, that was pretty. Both of those guys. LeMahieu to get to that baseball and then throw it from his glove, and then Tulowitzki barehanding, spinning around and firing like he did. I don't know that, and this is a comment by one of the broadcasters last night for Washington. I don't know if anybody else in baseball can make that throw like Tulowitzki did and complete that double play. He's got that kind of quickness and certainly that kind of arm. Somebody suggested Hanley Ramirez, and someone else said no way Hanley Ramirez could make that play like Tulo. Scott Van Slyke swings through the next offering by Franklin Morales. Popped out to second base his first time. Waved at that one. It's in the dirt. That's strike 3. Tossed to first to make sure. Out
Really,
number 1.
really good pitch. Down in the dirt. Made him chase and ahead in the count. Another look at the strikeout from Morales. Got well on top of this curveball. Good 12-6 rotation on the outer half. Olean does a really nice job fundamentally reading that the pitch is going to be in the dirt. Everything's closed up. The ball kept out in front of him and then applied the throw to first base. Well, you know, you talked about pitch efficiency for Morales. 10 of 15 first pitch strikes in this game.
Yep, that's something he's struggled with sometimes this year. That one a little bit high to Uribe. Singled with 2 outs his first time up. That one hit hard down the left field line. Dickerson giving chase a long run, and he can't get it. It's a fair ball. Bounces around in that corner. Uribe cruises into second base with a 1-out stand-up double.
The one area you always concern yourself with Uribe, because he always has bailed, whether it's a right-handed or left-handed pitcher. He opens his front lower half so quick to get to the inside. Watch his lead leg step to the back, and that allows him to get to the baseball on the inner half. Now, this ball stayed more into the middle. He got a little bit off the end of the bat, and that deflated the flight of the ball and kept it in the park.
Boy, just fair by inches, literally. So man in scoring position for the Dodgers. They have a 1-run lead here. A.J. Ellis is the hitter. And the pitch is inside, ball 1. So George, here you got first base open, and you've got A.J. Ellis up there, and you got the pitcher on deck. But Greinke's a good hitting pitcher.
He's a very good hitting pitcher, and there's 1 out. You got a guy that has struggled this season, just 231 average, or excuse me, 221 average. So you take the work and go right at him and see if you could get the strikeout. It's runners in scoring position this year. Ellis has only hit 150.
Ellis struck out looking against Morales first time up. And it runs low and in. 2 balls and 1 strike to the catcher. A.J. Ellis, one of the better defensive catchers around baseball, and really works the pitching staff. Don Mattingly sings this guy's praises, it seems, every night. He has a good pitching effort from a starter, and he credits A.J. Ellis, it seems, all the time.
Well, you need to have, and they're hard to find, 2-way catchers, meaning guys that can really swing the bat and guys that can catch and throw. If you had your choice, obviously you take, like a lot of guys do around the league do, you're happy with 230 to 250 and about 10 to 15 home runs, and steal some runs and also get behind the plate, and that's where your plus is. Control the running game, call the game for your starting pitchers, and work your bullpen correctly.
Swing and miss that one. It goes to the backstop, and down to third base goes Uribe. That was swung on and missed, but still got away from Rosario. Now with 1 out, a man at third base, the Rockies might have to draw the infield in.
Watch how much cut is on this baseball. Rosario expected a fastball away with some sink. This ball went the full length of the plate, the full width of the plate, I should say. And Rosario at 91 miles an hour tried to backhand and keep the ball from getting there, and it didn't happen.
So the Rockies will do that. They'll bring the infield in, try to cut this runoff. 3-2 count on A.J. Ellis. That swing and miss by Ellis, something you don't see very much from him. He rarely chases pitches out of the strike zone. And that one was way out. Payoff pitch. Hit in the air to center. That should score the run. Chasing Stubbs back. He will make the catch, and tagging at third, Uribe will glide in. It's 2-0 Dodgers.
Just the 5th RBI for A.J. Ellis on the season. Of course, he's been injured an awful lot. Just come back recently. But just what you were talking about, one of the things Mattingly likes about him, the professional at bat. Runner at third, 1 out, get a little lift to the baseball into the outfield. The first 10,000 Rockies to the Padres game on Tuesday, July 8th, will receive a coupon for a $1 hot dog. Get your tickets now as the Padres will come to town. It is Rockies.com/promotions or 303 Rockies for more information.
Strike one to Zach Greinke. 2 outs now and nobody on. Greinke with a ground out to short and a great play by Tulowitzki back in the 3rd inning with his first at bat. Let's pop this one up right side. Foul ground for Justin Morneau. He's got plenty of room. Makes a catch in the sunshine, and he comes to an end. Another one scored by the Dodgers. Rockies now down 2-0. Rolls so far, 2-0 Dodgers in this game 1 of 4. Well, Fan Friday is back. Tweet us your questions at rootsports_RM using the hashtag Toyota Talk for a chance to have your questions answered by us on air during tomorrow night's game, game 2 against the Dodgers.
Well, you can't forget today, though. You got to stump Dougie as the.
I couldn't do it.
No, you couldn't. He burned you in a heartbeat. You were easy.
Yeah. Of course, he wrote that book, so.
He did write the book.
Yeah, he wrote the book, so I didn't have a chance. I didn't know that he had written the book.
And he's also written a book on how to camp out.
Camp out?
Yeah, he has. He really has.
Drew Stubbs leads off for the Rockies here in the bottom of the 4th. Base hit for Stubbs, an infield single his first time up. The other hit belonging to Corey Dickerson. He looped one over the outstretched glove of the shortstop Ramirez. And the first pitch to Drew Stubbs. Called strike one.
You look at what Zach Greinke had done July 30th of 2013 to May 22nd of 2014. 22 starts, 2 or fewer runs. How about that? 14-2, 176. But things have changed the last 7, Jerry. It's not quite the same thing. 3 earned runs 4 times, a record of 3-3, and an earned run average of 3.77. Now, the opposition over that early period with the Dodgers hit just 218 against him. Now had hit 275. The Rockies 2 hits through the first 3 innings of the game. Jerry.
1-1 pitch to Stubbs. 1-2. You're just excited.
You notice I like to have a little bit of fun.
Yes, I do, and I like it too. I'm just excited. I'm remembering now to call you George and not Jack.
Well, you owe $5 so far.
I'll pay you. I'll pay. I'll buy some breakfast.
Do I get to choose?
Yeah.
Okay, Sam's.
All right.
8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Where else do you go?
Yeah, nowhere.
That's a called strike 3 on the inside corner to Stubbs. Another strikeout for Greinke. That is number 4 tonight.
Ball looked like it had some cut to it. AJ sets right up on that inner half. Didn't it look like right at the very end? It looked like that ball almost like a hard cutter at 92.
Justin Morneau struck out his first time on that high fastball with strike 3. And the pitch is hit the left side, backhanded by Uribe, knocks it down, long throw, not in time at first base. An infield single for Justin Morneau.
If not for an outstanding play by Uribe, it was a double down the left field line.
Yeah, somehow got to that baseball with a backhand.
See how far off the line that he is. It's 3 steps. Uribe not one to leave his feet a lot. Still has a very strong arm. Morneau hustled out of the box. The Mike Shaw Subaru Super Mo. Look at it again. Beats it by a couple of feet.
It's an infield single for Morneau. The Rockies now with 3 hits to the Dodgers 4. And Troy Tulowitzki at the plate. So 3 hits, 2 on the infield, the 1 bloop to left. And it's a called strike 1 to Tulowitzki. Troy at 350 on the season. He has been a guy that has always hit better in the second half of the year, which will make it really interesting this season. Second half in his career, 317 hitter. The pitch is hit to the gap in right center field, sending Puig back, but he's going to catch up with this one. And he'll make the catch, and back to first base goes Morneau. Maybe a little bit off the end of the bat right there for Tulowitzki.
You know, that's interesting gamemanship there. Puig had caught the ball, and Morneau was halfway. And he made it act as if he was going to throw the ball to first. And then he kind of tucked the ball. Watch right here. See, he's going to act like, I'm going to come get you. Then he just hangs the ball, turns his head, and then Morneau goes, all right, I'm going to take off to second. And then all of a sudden, oh, let me get rid of this thing. And he airmails it all the way into Hanley. And Hanley's like, can you just throw it in?
Yeah.
Just get it in. Can you just get it into D. Gordon, and we'll take it from there.
Can you just hit the cutoff man there, please?
Yes. Exciting player to watch.
We're Dickerson now. On at first, 2 down. And the pitch to Corey, lines it, foul down the first base line. Hardest hit ball of the day right there.
Inches. Now looking right up the line into your living room, you can see this ball hit so hard. Adrian no shot and fouled by about 6 feet. As you look at the pitch out of the hand on the Mike Shaw Subaru Super Mo, they want to come inside and bury the fastball. But what I liked was how Corey opened this front side out and allowed to get to that inside fastball. Boy, good young hitter.
Yes, he is. He is hitting .361 against right-handed pitching this year. That's the best in the National League. And he's got a hit tonight against Greinke. Morneau taking a short lead at first. Pitcher set up inside again to Dickerson. This one is popped up. Behind home plate, A.J. Ellis looks like he has some room. Makes the catch. Greinke takes care of business again with the Rockies in the 4th inning. On to the 5th, 2-0 Dodgers. by July 15th, be entered to win a trip to the PGA Championship. Other great prizes as well. Best rates, best courses. Visit ColoradoPGATeatimes.com today. Beautiful night now. We had a little bit of rain coming in and some wind, but now things have died down. And it's beautiful here at the ballpark. Partly sunny skies. 2-0 Dodgers have the lead. And top of the order for Los Angeles to start this 5th inning. Sellout crowd tonight. Another big one on the July 4th tomorrow. This is our Toyota Talk inning, this 5th inning, so we'll have some questions to be answered here on the air during this inning as D. Gordon stands in. First pitch high and tight, ball 1. First question, you guys think Jair Jurgens will make a Major League Baseball impact for the Rockies?
Well, I mean, you'd hope he'd come in healthy and throw the ball well. He got a late start due to injuries. He was 2-3 on his last 2 Major League starts. They were June 29th last year, so it's been a while since he's been at the big league level. But 2-3 for Cincinnati, pitching through 6 starts over there with Louisville.
2011 All-Star was Jair Jurgens with Atlanta.
You like that Jair Jurgens?
I do.
53-37 overall record.
Ball high and tight to D. Gordon. Our next question. What's the biggest surprise so far in this 2014 season for the Rockies?
Well, quite honestly, to me, is and this may sound crazy, folks at home, but the number of weird injuries that have gone on. But because of those weird injuries, my biggest surprise so far coming out of here is not Nolan, but the left fielder, and Corey Dickerson. The way he has swung the bat and grabbed a hold of the opportunity. He and Charlie Blackmon.
I think if you get a category going of pleasant surprises, put Justin Morneau in there.
Well, here's the thing, I want to say yes, but he's done it before. On the biggest stage and been an MVP. Charlie finally healthy, and Dickerson getting an opportunity, but Morneau, there's no question, on the season now, 58 RBIs.
Good battle going on here with Morales and D. Gordon. Gordon has scored one of those runs, put a bunt down for a base hit in the 3rd inning and scored. Gonzalez drove him in. That was the 1 run the Dodgers scored in the 3rd inning. They score 1 more in the 4th. Ground ball left side, backhanded by Tulowitzki. Long throw. They got him at first base.
Not many shortstops could make that play to get D. Gordon.
This is
not where this ball was hit, Jerry. I just don't see very many guys. This is Ozzie Smith type. I mean, you're talking about great shortstops. Mark Belanger that could get to balls like this and put that accurate of a throw with something on it at first base. You know what a joy it is, folks, to get to watch this guy perform on this stage daily.
He does that kind of play made by Tulowitzki against one of the fastest men in baseball, in D. Gordon. Yasiel Puig 0 for 2 with a strikeout and the ground out. Strike 1 to him. Let's get back to our questions. Do you think the Rockies would trade for more pitching in the second half of the year?
Them and 29 other teams. There seems to be a lot of injuries with the Tommy Johns as you look around this year. And so with all the injuries throughout baseball, people are looking daily for pitching.
Go around on that one. He did. That's strike 2. The only team that might not be looking for pitching, Washington. Boy, what a pitching
loaded
staff
up pretty good.
Oh my goodness, bullpen and the starters, George.
Atlanta is looking for bullpen help, both left and right.
It's popped out to shallow right. LeMahieu's going to run this one down. Another question. The Rockies have so many potential All-Stars this year. So what's the highest number of All-Stars in a single Rockies team? And the answer is 3.
I think it was the year that they had Walker, Bichette, and
6 times they've had 3. And you're right about one of those, George.
Yeah, Walker and Bichette and Vinny was part of that when it was played here in '98. Don Baylor was the coach. Salati was the trainer at that time. And in '97, Galarraga and Walker. '96, Bichette, Burks, and Young. 2013, it was Gonzalez, Tulowitzki, and Kadire. In '08, after winning the World Series, that was the most ever, because of all the coaching staff went with Clint, because he managed the Rockies.
There you go.
That's a good trick question. I could have stumped Doug on that one.
A little low to Ramirez. 2 balls and no strikes. He's walked twice tonight. 2 outs and nobody on the 5th inning. Morales has pitched well, given up 2 runs on 4 hits. Rockies is trying to get something going against Greinke. 85 pitches, 57 for strikes. 2-0 gets in there. He went with a changeup on 2. Actually, curveball, even less velocity. 2-1.
Again, good hitters, particularly. You're looking at a guy 3rd in their lineup, 271. You go off speed. Remember, he did that in his previous at bat with Ramirez up. He ended up walking him, but on the same light, was able to work out of that inning. Canely, the right-hander, starting to loosen for the Rockies down in the bullpen.
Well, Weiss told us before the game, he said he's not going to throw 100 pitches, but he stretched out enough to get close to that. He's got 87 now.
2 outs here. That ball go foul.
And it will down the left field line. That's out of play.
He gives you these 5 innings of work, and just 4 hits, 2 runs. Frankie's done his job at Coors Field.
Let's get another question in. Does Troy use a bigger glove than most shortstops?
No, he doesn't. He obviously uses a glove. It just looks a little bit bigger because of the way he forms the glove. You know, in the old days, guys wanted everything turned in. Troy likes it turned out, including the finger area and the thumb area. It looks a little bit bigger. No, folks, he just gets to a lot of balls nobody else does.
Yep. This one's at Arenado. Here's his first chance tonight. Routine play for Nolan Arenado, and a good inning for Franklin Morales. Yet again, a 1-2-3. Bottom of 5 coming up.
Dodgers up 2-0. There's Nolan Arenado. He leads off his second AB in his first game back. Nolan Arenado was ready to come back a long time ago. We just did Toyota Talk. Every single day, people ask, when is Nolan Arenado coming back? Well, guess what? Keith Duggar, the head athletic trainer for the team, he had to deal with a lot of texting from Nolan Arenado.
I text him almost every day, probably, and every night at like 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes, just to talk to him and stuff like that. And he was always there for me, so it was cool.
Jerry George, I think Doogie's the happiest guy that Arenado was back in the lineup because he was bugging him every day. Jerry George, sorry.
Well, absolutely. I mean, that's part of the deal. He gets the ball hard here. Ramirez will field it and throw him out at first base. And he's such a perfectionist about his game. And the right thing was done by not forcing the issue. And in his mind, even though he thought he might be ready, Doogie took command of that situation. Keith Duggar did. And it's going to pay off. Trust me. I know he's going to be mad. He's going to, if he doesn't get a bunch of hits in the next couple of days, but it will get better.
George, you said that Tulo helped him out with that too, because Tulo's been on the DL in the past and just said, listen, just take it easy, do your work, and when you get back, be right.
Well, I think, Mark, there's been so much said about, the Rockies have only won 8 games since he went out. But there's been a lot of other things happen to the ball club other than Nolan going out. So I think Tulo helped him understand that as a veteran player. 90% of you is probably better than the third baseman we have playing the position right now. But 90% of you is not what you're going to be satisfied with personally. And that's not a knock on Culberson, Wheeler, or Aaron, any of these other guys. Rutledge that played third base. Well, you're talking about a guy that was a Gold Glover last year as a rookie. And made very few errors and swung the bat very well. So, that's the point behind the statement. You've got to be 100% of yourself mentally and go play the game. And that was the best thing Keith Duggar did. And I think Tulo helping him through all that. The studying never stops. Charlie Bachman, Troy Tulowitzki, heads up. Troy Tulowitzki, a number of guys sitting in the dugout on the bench, eyeballing the pitches from Greinke to see if there's anything he's changing this second, third time through. Got a ball in above the hands again, Jerry. You're not able to keep up, and then get tied up. The hands of Lane ends up and over by their dugout.
Heard that high fastball would come on 2 strikes there was with a 2-1 count. Rosario couldn't resist. Now 2-2. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Good looking pitch. Strike 3 on a slider. Well, he is tough to square up. He's not giving the Rockies anything to hit. 2 outs and nobody on.
Corner to corner. You hear pitchers say after good games, I pitch to all the quadrants. And what they mean is they're pitching up and in, away and up, down and in, and down and away. But you don't hear him say anything about the middle of the plate. Canely is the guy. He's warming up, getting preparation to come into this game to pitch the 6th.
That's Morales' spot. That's Josh Rutledge. So Canely is coming on. That'll be it for Morales tonight. I think even if this last out is had. LeMahieu struck out his first time against Greinke. DJ had a good road trip. One misses outside. He was 8 for 24, had 4 RBIs, and had a home run. He riding an 8-game hitting streak. That's a season high for him. And a hitter's count here 2-0, and he'll lift this one in the shallow right center field. That is going to drop for a base hit. Make it 9. The ball gets by Van Slyke, and Puig in his second base goes LeMahieu.
More by Puig than it was Van Slyke. Not sure that he saw this baseball off the bat when he came in to try to catch the baseball. Good for DJ, good for the Rockies. A 2-out big base hit and a chance for Rutledge to get an RBI here. Swung a little bit off the end of the bat. You'll see it again here. Well, a little bit below the label, excuse me. And then a ball floating into the outfield. And as it floated into that outfield, it looked as if he pulled up on it a little bit, that he wasn't going to get to it. Swiped at it with the glove. Missed. Puig is going to be charged with an error, his first of the year this year. He had 5 a year ago.
See what Rutledge can do. Rutledge had a pretty good road trip as well, and he's swinging the bat all right these days. This one is hit in the right center field. That's going to drive in the run. That'll split the defenders and get to the wall. Rutledge will hold at second base, an RBI double. The Rockies are on the board. Josh Rutledge, a pinch hit RBI double.
Rutledge now 4 for 12 as a pinch hitter with 3 RBIs after this double into right center. He didn't wait long. Like a lot of most pinch hitters, they go after that first pitch, but it was a slider at 87, down and away from right, and he takes it into right center field, and then it's off to the races. Puig and Van Slyke give chase. Puig grabs it. He's not going to have a shot at all at DJ LeMahieu at the plate. The ball played off of the wall. Rutledge holds up. And Charlie Blackmon at the plate. So now that misplay in right field comes into play. Very good for the Rockies, and a run scored.
Charlie Blackmon has a chance to tie the ball game up with a base hit. And he'll slap that one foul off the end of his bat. 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Greinke. Blackmon has struck out and grounded out against Zach Greinke. Just checking his bat to make sure it's not broken with that ball off the end of it. Tough road trip for Charlie Blackmon. Went just 5 for 27. And he's 0 for 2 tonight. That one is pulled foul. He's now down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The strikeout that Blackmon had in the first inning came on this pitch, an 0-2 pitch that he had 2 strikes anyway. Up, that fastball was up out of the strike zone, and Charlie committed. Let's see what Greinke does here.
Such a difficult pitch to catch up to when you flash a 92, 94-mile-an-hour fastball in there. It just really jumps up and appears that it's a lot harder than it actually is.
Nice little 2-out rally for the Rockies here. LeMahieu with the single in the air on the right fielder, and then Rutledge with the pinch hit. All with 2 outs, and Blackmon trying to keep it going. And he'll bounce this one. This is going to be a foul ball, first base side. Greinke threw a fastball at 95, but that one was in on the hands of Charlie Blackmon.
Well, you look where Charlie sets up. A lot of guys, when they get ahead like this, will throw the breaking ball, that back foot slider, to a left-hander. But because Charlie sits off of the plate, it's not conducive to throw that pitch. Check out the Great Clips charity cuts on Wednesday, July 9th. Stop by the Great Clips kiosk near left field for a free haircut from a Great Clips stylist, and with all the donations going to Rockies charities. Are we going, Jared?
Yes, absolutely. I'll be there.
Number 2?
Yeah. Maybe 3.
Jerry's got a little bit of a shortcut, folks. I'm going to get me one of those one of these days.
I think you'd look good in the shortcut.
I'm in. Just talk to my bosses. Every time I ask to get my hair shaved, they say no.
And?
They say no. Every time I ask, they say no.
It's your decision. You need to make that
not
decision.
Really.
I'll come and make it for you.
Okay, you can clip it.
2 pitch is high. There's that fastball up, and Blackmon stayed away. 1-2 on Charlie Blackmon. Greinke just 58 pitches thrown. He's been very efficient. Giving up the 1 run in this inning.
Well, this inning's got to extend it more than any other pitches that he's thrown so far in the game, only because of the error in right field.
It's outside. 2-2 to Blackmon.
Trying to force the sinker off the plate. Charlie, good job of taking it.
Zach Greinke, 2009 American League Cy Young winner with Kansas City. Stubbs waiting on deck. Blackmon trying to knock in Rutledge, tie the ball game up. He has 46 RBIs. That one's low and away. Now full count.
Trying to work inside and pronate the baseball, which creates a lot of sink and move away from a left-handed hitter.
Blackmon starts 0-2 and gets to 3-2.
A sign that you're seeing the ball very well too for Charlie at home plate when you get into that kind of a hole that you don't chase.
Pitch, slap foul out of play. Well, folks, thanks for tweeting us your questions to Toyota Talk. For more answers to your questions, visit our Facebook page at Facebook Facebook.com/RootSportsRM. Our game analyst will answer a bonus Toyota talk question before the end of the game. Rutledge away from second, 2 outs. Greinke long look to get a sign. Now check of the runner at second. Foul back again by Blackman. Good battle continues.
It really does. And again, that's Charlie seeing the ball well, reacting to pitches. Greinke's trying every trick in the hat. He's going sinkers away, fastballs in.
He's 3-6 against the Dodgers this year, 10-9 a year ago against Los Angeles in that division-winning year for the Dodgers. Another pitch to Blackman. Ball 4. What at bat for Charlie Blackman. First and second and 2 outs. Let's take a peek at the National League West standings, brought to you by DirecTV. You got the Giants out front again. Dodgers had the lead for a while, one day actually, and now they're even at this point because the Dodgers have a record, one more win than the Giants, but one more loss. Those two teams tied at top, and the Padres have jumped over the Rockies, and then the Rockies and the D-backs. Visit to the mound now by Rick Honeycutt, the pitching coach of the Dodgers. Gives us a chance to talk to you from the booth here at Coors Field. Jerry Schimmel here with
I'm
George
Jerry.
Frazier.
He's
right.
George.
Georgie, Morales is coming out now, but talk about the effort he had tonight.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Jerry, outstanding effort. 5 innings. You're looking to get 90 pitches max. They got about that. He went 5 innings. He gave up 4 hits, a couple of runs. He walked a couple. He struck out some guys. I thought he pitched very effectively. I thought he stayed down in the zone. And now hopefully Drew Stubbs can get a run on the board and get the hook out of his mouth. And as we say in the dugout, spit the hook out on that W, on that loss, and try to obviously do well.
Blackman at first, Rutledge at second. Pitch to Stubbs, a breaking ball missed away. Ball 1.
.344 clip in his last 32 at bats, looking to improve with runners in scoring position. 1 for 17 here in 2014.
10 for 23 now in his career against Greinke. That one is pulled foul. 1-1 on Drew Stubbs. Threw all right, 245 with runners in scoring position this year, 13 RBIs. Big moment of the game. The Rockies have scored once, looking at least tie the ball game up against Greinke. Fouled away, one in his hands that time. And Stubbs down, a ball and 2 strikes. He is struck out once. That was the last time he was up there in a called 3rd strike. Infield single the first time. Greinke at Coors Field, 3 starts in a Dodger uniform. He's 1-0, but an ERA is over 6. He's pitched well tonight at Coors Field in a Dodger uniform. Stubbs gets time. He has his sign. Checks the runner at second. And the pitch upstairs. And Stubbs stayed away. 2-2.
The one thing the Rockies have done a nice job with is now laying off the high fastball. Early in the game they chased. And a lot of strikeouts. Rutledge didn't lay off. He hit the slider in the right center. Charlie took a lot of pitches to walk. And now Stubbs has worked it into an even count at 2-2, laying off the high fastball.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went down and in with a fastball there. But the Rockies are on the board after 2 outs. DJ LeMahieu able to single and get to second base. And then Josh Rutledge came up and doubled him all. 2-1 Dodgers. Welcome back to the Subaru Series presented by Mike Shaw Subaru. Rockies and Dodgers at Coors Field tonight. A beautiful July night, this pre-July 4th evening. 2-1, the Rockies are trailing, and a lot of folks are into the spirit of July 4th. Of course, that is tomorrow. My late father, who served in World War II, always wanted me to say Independence Day celebration, not July 4th, but we'll call it either way. I think Dad won't be too upset. A lot of Rockies fans and a lot of decked out in red, white, and blue tonight, the fans here at Coors Field. It's a full house tonight. We expect the same tomorrow night. And Tommy Kahnle is going to come on in relief of Franklin Morales.
A lot of times Rule 5 picks don't work out. This one has. 31 games he's appeared in, 244 in run average, 34 strikeouts and 44 and a third. The fastball 92-96. Excellent changeup and a plus slider to go along with it. You'll get a look at the Dodger lineup of Adrian Gonzalez, Matt Kemp, Scott Van Slyke.
So Tommy Kahnle, the young right-hander, has never pitched above AAA. Is having quite a season for the Rockies. Saw the numbers that George gave you, and other than some walks, this guy I think has been extremely reliable for the Rockies. We'll see what he can do against the Dodgers. Got the heart of the order starting with Adrian Gonzalez.
Well, he's earned the right to pitch to this type of order in this type of a game. 2-1 into the 6th inning. Said this many times. You credit Jack Gillis, Pat Doherty, who worked on the Eastern League last year scouting for the Rockies, Dan O'Dowd, John Weil, pro scouting director. Will George, who works the East Coast, to find this Rule 5 pick in Tommy Kahnle.
Always works from a stretch. And the pitch to Gonzalez in there for a strike, 1-1. Gonzalez struck out against Morales and hit that RBI single to left that drove in the first Dodger run. Kahnle delivers, and this one is pulled foul. In and out of the camera pit, and the count 1-2. Adrian Gonzalez from San Diego. He was a #1 pick overall in the year 2000 by the Marlins. Never played Major League Baseball for him. Traded to Texas and went to the Padres, to the Red Sox, and now on a trade to the Dodgers. That one is slipped foul out of play. Kahnle can bring it. There was a 96-mile-an-hour pitch. Tommy will throw a slider, every once in a while a changeup. Jim Wright was talking about his change the other day. He said that's a pitch we're going to work on next spring and see if we can develop that a little bit more.
That's very good at this point right now. It can only really improve his outcome and how well he pitches.
On ball up the middle with the shift on. Tulowitzki behind second. Quick throw is in time. So Tulo, playing on the right side of the infield, is able to make that play.
Well, you have the shift set up for a reason. You pitch to your defense. It gives your defense a chance to get out great hitters like Gonzalez. Tulowitzki shifted well of second base, hit the mound. Tulo a couple of steps, and then he was able to set his feet and make the play.
Made some fine defensive plays tonight. You go back to that double play last night, and you're really impressed, like we all are every day when we watch the Rockies shortstop. Now Matt Kemp. Hit it long, deep to right, but that's going to stay in the park, and it drops in the glove of Corey Dickerson. Well, that ball died.
Top spin and off the end of the bat.
Let's go back to some plays with Tulo.
It's been very good so far in this game by Tulowitzki. Softly hit by Kemp. Tulo charges, snap throw on to Morneau. And in this play where he dove up the middle with Greinke, and then a snap throw over to first base to retire him. And in this play over into the hole on the run with speed, and they were able to get D. Gordon. That was the play that really impressed me because of Gordon's speed.
You talked about George too. Those throws, look at all three of those, right on the money to Morneau at first. No matter where he is in the infield, the throw is right on. And Slick has popped out and struck out tonight. I'm going to chop that one wide at third. That's a foul ball. 2 outs and nobody on. So Tommy Kahnle looking for a 1-2-3 inning. You can see Tommy Kahnle well put together, and watch a couple of his workouts. He doesn't get cheated when he goes to lift weights either. My goodness. They have to actually back him off a little bit sometimes in the weight room, doing a little bit too much. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Scott Van Slyke. Rockies about hit the Dodgers 5-4. Pitch a little high again, evens the count. Two pitch. You go around. He did not. Checked his swing in time, says the first base umpire.
Very deceiving for me because I thought he went around on this pitch. You know, you're looking at this line to see if they go beyond that. I felt like he did. Replay shows he did.
Corey Blazer over at first base said no, so a 3-2 count on Van Slyke. And the catcher Rosario called time there. Payoff pitch. Fouled it right back to the screen.
Appeared to be a slider out of the hand, and it was at 83 miles an hour.
Next pitch. Hit to left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Dickerson can't cut it off. Stubbs will have to do so, but not before a stand-up double for Scott Van Slyke. He's able to cruise into second base, and now the Dodgers have their 5 hits. A 2-out double by Van Slyke.
3-2 count with slider, and he fouled it off. It appears this pitch was out where he could get his hands extended. Corey tried to cut it off, came up short. Stubbs hustling right behind him. Pretty good thing. That's the deepest part of the ballpark. Drew got over and cut that ball off.
Now Kahnle's got to work on Juan Uribe with 2 hits tonight, a single and a double. Uribe hits one to right. Charlie Blackmon's going to get this one. Circles around, makes the catch, and no harm done by the Dodgers in the 6th inning. Bottom of 6 coming up, 2-1 Dodgers. Colorado Rockies baseball and Root Sports is brought to you by the Ford Escape. Smart, free, and fun to drive. Ford Escape. Go further. By 5-Hour Energy. 5-Hour Energy helps recognize those who, despite their own needs, put others first. By Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Mike Shaw Subaru. Always our lowest price. Here is Shem with George Frazier back on a beautiful night in downtown Denver. 2-1 the Rockies trail the Dodgers on this pre-4th of July celebration at the ballpark tonight. Justin Morneau stands in to start things to the Rockies' bottom of 6. Pitch to Morneau is popped up right near home plate. A.J. Ellis drops the mask and makes the catch. No time now for the Lowe's never stop improving stats of the game. And it involves Justin Morneau. So against the Dodgers, 1 for 7. It's a series where the Rockies lost all 3 games. It kind of started their slide. Since that time, he's gone 20 for 49, a .408 batting average, and 14 RBIs for Justin Morneau. That's an interesting stat.
Well, when guys tried to avoid pitching to Troy Tulowitzki, that's where Morneau really took advantage of things. He drove in and hit over 400, drove in 28 runs over that period. National League right now, 58 RBIs on the season.
Tulowitzki sees a curveball drop in for strike 1. Troy's 0 for 2.
So, Dougie, is the voting over tonight at midnight? Is that it? Well, then get busy. It's 10 o'clock Mountain Time here. Get busy and start voting. Let's go.
Up to 35 times, Doug. Yeah,
Doug, do you already vote for me? I voted already. Can you vote again? Do it on another computer. How are they going to know? Well, make up one. Dougie says email address has to be entered in. Make it up. Morneau deserves it.
Ground ball up the middle off of Greinke's glove and no play. Tulowitzki, another infield single for the Rockies.
Now this one hit pretty hard too, right at Greinke. I don't think he caught anything but leather. He gets a little disappointed when he's not able to make plays on balls. That was another high breaking ball. It looked like it came off his left wrist on the glove, but he's going to stay in the ball game. You can see there it does. Just nicked it on the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. He's got Corey Dickerson and Arenado.
Now see, George, if that was a Rockies pitcher, he'd have a broken finger or a wrist.
Yeah, it's been one of those tough years as far as weird injuries.
Shook off the training staff, and he's got now Corey Dickerson.
Tried to come in on Corey, and remember that with the first pitch in his previous at bat. Corey says, all right, I've been watching you come in on the lefties. I'm going to look for it. And he hit that line drive down the right field, just fouled by about 4 inches.
And the bat ended up fouling out to the catcher. He did single his first time up. One of the 6 hits the Rockies have. Tulowitzki with number 6 there. Pitches inside, 2-0. .339 batting average for Dickerson. Tulowitzki at first, 1 down. Rockies trailing by a run. So it's Greinke, one of those guys you keep waiting for him to make a mistake, and he never seems to do that.
No, he doesn't. And again, you start to look at pitch counts a little bit. I mean, his pitch count's only at 74, so I glanced at it only because I saw Don Mattingly looking at the lineup card, and I'm thinking, all right, is he thinking, all right, he's got it out. Most pitches he's thrown this year, 117 in 6 innings in a win. He's gone more than 6 innings pitched only 6 times this year, though, to be with his record the way it is right now at 10-4.
Last start against the Cardinals, he went 7. Just one run. He's allowed one run here, and the Rockies sitting in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball up the middle, and Gordon snags that one to second for one, on to first, but it's too late.
You know, people thought maybe Hanley Ramirez could make the pirouette and throw. The answer was there.
If you watched Tulowitzki's double play last night.
Nice play by Gordon to get this ball going up the middle. They do get the lead runner in Tulowitzki, but his feet over, coming back to Hanley. Hanley got it with his right foot, so it took him a little time to plant and get around it. Dickerson outran the throw. Another look at it right here. A flip over and then a strong throw by Hanley, not in time.
A member of the training staff for the Dodgers out. That's just D. Gordon with something in his eye. I didn't think we saw any kind of injury on that play. Ramirez and D. Gordon.
You know, when the trainer's standing there and he's working on your eye, and then Hanley's sticking his hand going, let me help. You're like, that's why I had him come out. We're okay.
And I know you didn't wash your hands.
I really don't need you sticking that pine tar finger in my eye, so just stop it. D. Gordon's brother, a first-round draft pick this year out of high school out of Florida.
Went to the Twins. They say a bigger version with a lot more power than D. Gordon, not quite as much speed. Let's see what Arenado can do. He's 0 for 2. Toss to first. Dickerson's over there. He gets back to the bag. The pitch count, by the way, for Greinke is just 76. That's very few pitches, by the way, with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Pitch to Arenado, and a shot right back to the pitcher. That's going to be an out. What a play by Greinke. That ball was headed to center field. 2-1 Dodgers will head to the 7th after this. For the 7th inning on a gorgeous night. Sunset now here beyond Coors Field. Well, you can tweet your photo to hashtag #COFanPhoto for a chance to be shown an upcoming game broadcast. That's the AT&T fan photo of the game. It's brought to you by AT&T, and here is tonight's AT&T fan photo. You know those guys by any chance, Georgie?
That's Ben on the left.
Yeah.
And I think, and I'm guessing Jenny on the right.
Oh, you got them both. Good job.
Did I? Good.
Yeah, well done. It's Brandon Barnes, isn't it? With number 1 on there.
That wasn't Brandon Barnes. I'll help you out on that part.
Tommy Kahnle's going to go to work in his 2nd inning of relief for the Rockies. Good job by Franklin Morales. Kahnle with a clean 6th inning. Gave up a 2-out double to Van Slyke, but was able to get Uribe, and the young right-hander will trying to stymie the Dodgers here in the 7th inning. Game 2 tomorrow night. We touched on this earlier. We know Clayton Kershaw is going to pitch for the Dodgers. Not sure about the Rockies starter tomorrow night. Jorge De La Rosa will go Saturday, and then Johan Flande is scheduled for Sunday in Game 4. There's a look at those probables again in this series, and again a question mark TBA for tomorrow night opposite of Kershaw.
Well, maybe a right-hander gets thrown in with the all-lefty rotation. Flande, De La Rosa, Morales, Matzik, all lefties. Well, Matzik threw the ball well yesterday.
Yeah, he sure did. Here's A.J. Ellis, the catcher. Strike 1 thrown by Tommy Kahnle. Rockies get Greinke and Kershaw back-to-back, and then they get Dan Herron, who has 8 wins this year. He's 8-4. Then they get Josh Beckett, who's thrown a no-hitter this year, along with Clayton Kershaw. Pitches in there for a strike, going 2. I think A.J. Ellis liked that call by the home plate umpire.
And by not saying anything but just walking away, and he is the catcher, so he's going to be in front of Brian Honora here shortly. You get your point across, but you don't show him up.
Breaking ball was way out of the strike zone. A slider. 1-2 on A.J. Ellis. With the leadoff hitters tonight, George. Not much happening there.
No, there's not.
You're set up inside. The pitch a little high and tight. 2. For the Dodgers, game 1 of a 6-game road trip, and for the Rockies, game 1 of a 10-game homestand. All leading up to the All-Star break for the Rockies. Dodgers will head to Detroit for 2 after this 4-game series. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball in the dirt, and Rosario's going to make sure he'll toss to first. And there's a strikeout for Kahnle, his first out of the pen. Well, the day after every Rockies win, get 40% off your online order at Papa John's. Enter promo code ROXWIN, R-O-X-WIN, at papajohns.com. Big Papa John's fan.
Oh, I'm huge. Can't you tell? I have one app now.
Zach Greinke's 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out and a pop out. And he'll hit this one hard, but right to DJ LeMahieu on a couple of hops. 2 quick outs for Kahnle.
Well, what you want out of your bullpen is to come in and maintain a game when you're down 1 or 2 runs and allow your offense to get going. It's such an important role for a team. As Tommy Ronalds talks to Walt Weiss of his choices to pinch hit here in the ball game, because there's nobody up in their bullpen. So if you get a chance to take a shot, you take it, because they don't have anybody up and going. Now that doesn't mean they won't when the inning starts. So do you take that shot with the left-handed bat, Wheeler, the only one on the bench tonight, or do you go for speed and a guy that you think might get on base and roll the order over to the top again?
Pitcher spot coming up 3rd in the bottom of this 7th inning. One strike on D. Gordon. 1 ball, 1 strike. George, you gave the numbers for Kahnle when he came in. The one that's really impressive to me, coming in 44 in the 3rd innings, he's allowed 26 hits.
Think about what you just said. And this is the big leagues. This isn't A-ball or double-A. He doesn't give up many hits. And of those hits given up, you wonder how many softly hit, that just flares into the outfield, or how many hard hit balls.
There's a strike call.
But what he does a great job of, Jerry, and it's something I teach a lot, he's got a short, quick arm action that stays on the body line. You don't see the arm escape behind. You don't see him tilt forward a lot. You see that hand come square out of the glove, and it's set in that position where all the hand has to do is fall out and go.
You can make an argument besides maybe LaTroy Hawkins. Kahnle's been the steadiest guy in that bullpen this year.
Your favorite name will start tomorrow, just announced by the Rockies.
Jair Jurgens.
It's Jar Jurgens. Number 44. We'll come up with something for him.
Jorge Frazier coming up with that pronunciation. Here's the roster move corresponding at Christian Friedrich. Option down to AAA. And Jair Jurgens. The two pitcher moves, I should say. That's not a roster move, as Christian Friedrich actually optioned today, but this is the roster move. So Jair Jurgens making his Rockies debut tomorrow. That just missed. 3-2. Hanley's had his trouble with walks this year. George told you about that as well. He has walked 21 in 45 and a third innings. And he's the first one to tell you he's got to cut down on that number.
Yeah, and I want to clean some things up with that graphic just shown to you on television. Actually, Friedrich was sent down. Oh, nice pick. Going to be a tough play. Get there. That baby. Anyway, wanted to clear this up. Christian was sent down to open up a spot for Nolan Arenado. Another roster move will have to be made for tomorrow for Jurgens to come out. They may hold everybody up on the field here. Yeah, they're going to hold everybody up, bring him back out again. The Rockies will have to come out of the dugout. I think Mattingly's looking back to see he's out.
Yep.
Going back, Donnie.
Yeah, that's going to be an out. That's going to be out number 3. Good play by Morneau. Knocked the ball down. Canley hustling over there to get that speedy runner. And no challenge here. No replay by the umpires. And so that is out number 3. 7th inning stretch at Coors Field. Good ball game. 2-1 Los Angeles. Game recap. Put the 7th inning stretch to good use. Sign up for the First Bank free checking at efirstbank.com. Juan Uribe, former Rocky, now the third baseman for the Dodgers. And DJ LeMahieu with 2 outs was able to get a base hit. Got to second, and then Josh Rutledge drove him in with the double. That was the Rockies' run tonight. They are down 2-1. Rutledge with that big pinch hit. He's been a very good pinch hitter for the Rockies this year. Our story of the game is Zach Greinke holding the Rockies just this 1 run. Bottom of the 7th. 77 pitches is all that Greinke has thrown so far in the game.
Well, and that's where you start to wonder how deep he can go into this, Jerry, as we look back on the season with him. Doug pointed out he won a ball game against Philly 7 innings. Then it was 7 innings against Frisco, 8 against Arizona, 7 2/3 with Cincinnati. For the majority of the rest of the time, it's been 5 2/3 to 6+. So here he is in the 7th inning, giving up 6 hits to the Rockies and just 1 run.
Breaking ball drops in strike 1 to Rosario. Then LeMahieu on deck, and then the pitcher spot after that. There's action out in the Rockies' pen. Rosario is struck out and fly to center against Zach Greinke tonight.
Nick Massett was up throwing earlier in the Rockies bullpen, and Adam Ottavino.
Swinging and a miss. Slider. It was curveball, then slider to Rosario. 0-2.
Nobody in the Dodger bullpen's doing anything.
It has been a while. It's been several years, but there was a point that it was pretty serious where Greinke battled social anxiety disorder, depression as well. He seems to have gotten past those issues.
Well, it was early in his career, and I think where he struggled, quite honestly, a strikeout of Rosario. Just whether to want to play.
Yeah.
You know, he played athletics his whole entire life. It happens at some point in your career. It happened to me at 34 years old. I was done. I didn't want to play anymore. My body was saying, go home, you know, and I was ready for that. And I think he maybe, even though at a very young age at that time, you know, and you mentioned good athlete, scratch golfer. I mean, dead zero handicap. He had thoughts of going out and playing on the PGA Tour at the same time. That was going on. So I don't think it was so much the anxiety that was written as much as it was the want to, you know, to go to the park for 162 games and spring training for 32 and do this for 8 years, you know, 8 months out of the year.
Seems to be a great fit with the Dodgers. Obviously, he's pitching very well for Los Angeles.
Dougie, help me out a little bit. Who was the pitching coach? Tough play up the middle. Hanley doesn't get it. Another base hit for LeMahieu. He thinks about it only because second base unoccupied. Good job, DJ. What I wanted to say, the story that was shared. Yeah, he worked in the Rockies organization for a long time. Pitching coach for the Phillies. Left-hander. Pitched 18 years in the big leagues. Great pickoff move. I'll think of it. McClure. Bob McClure.
Yeah, Bob
was a pitching coach in St. Louis, and he said, Greinke one time, and I've never asked Zach to confirm this, but he said, I'm going to throw a curveball at 58 miles an hour next time out. McClure looks at him and said, why? You throw 97. He goes, just so I can. You watch. Sure enough, 58, 59 mile an hour hook for a strike, and he just kind of smiled in the dugout. I can do all these things.
Here comes the pitching coach out, Rick Honeycutt, to talk to catcher and pitcher.
But you saw what he did. What he did early there, he went to Ellis first. Then he goes to the pitcher. Ellis could tell what he's receiving and translate that to the pitching coach versus looking the veteran in the eye and going, how do you feel? Still nobody up in the Dodger bullpen. Let's look at this again. Conversation on how to get through the rest of this lineup with Barnes, the pinch hitter. It's off the glove in between the wickets out into the outfield. Oh, just missed the bat. It might even nicked it, I think. I think it skimmed it. I don't care. Base hit up the middle. Mike Shaw Subaru Super Bowl. The Rockies have scored 5 runs in the last 5 games versus LA, including tonight. Trying to change the fate of that, Dougie.
Brandon Barnes, the pinch hitter for Canely. LeMahieu diving back to first base. He's been a very good pinch hitter for the Rockies this year. How about a .313 batting average? The top pinch hitters in baseball.
And Rutledge was 4 for 12 now with 3 RBIs as a pinch hitter. So pinch hitters for the Rockies this year, National League ranks are pretty good.
Potential tying run at first base, 1 down. The thing with Greinke, Jack. All right, Jack.
That's
sorry.
10.
My bad. My bad.
That's $10.
George.
$10. You keep going. We're all going to eat 3 tomorrow morning at Sam's.
I did catch myself there. I don't think I heard it the first time.
I don't care. You're busted.
Now I forgot my thought. I was going to ask you.
With Greinke,
with
Greinke, Jack, you said when did he stop?
Yeah, too many games with Jack Corrigan, which is inside. With Greinke, he doesn't have to be the man, the ace of the staff. That belongs to Clayton Kershaw, who's very comfortable in that position. This guy can be the number 2 guy and not get all that attention. Can that help him?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Same thing with Beckett, other guys in their lineup. I think there's so many stars on this team.
Yeah.
You know, when he was in Kansas City, he was the guy.
Yep.
You know, and then when he went over to Milwaukee, the guy. Then on over to L.A., they're thinking, you're going to be my guy to get us going here. And
this could be 2.
Hard to do, though.
Got him. Wow.
See if Walton goes out and talks about it. It doesn't look like he's going to.
Well, that looked like a tough play, tough way to turn 2, but Greinke was able to throw that ground ball double play and get himself out of another inning. Still 2-1 Dodgers. 8th inning coming up. Lexus look back. Cooney Lexus, where luxury has a new address, open in Greenwood Village in Colorado Springs. DJ LeMahieu with a single that turned into an extra base as the ball got by Puig. So LeMahieu ends up at second base with 2 outs. It's happening back in the Rockies' 5th inning, and then a double with a pinch hitter, Josh Rutledge, the gap in right center field. That easily scored LeMahieu. That's the Rockies' lone run tonight. 2-1 Dodgers have the lead. Now we're top of the 8th inning in downtown Denver. And Nick Massett comes on now for the Rockies. Nice job by Morales to starter. Great job by Canely out of the bullpen. And Nick Massett trying to keep it going. Appearance number 27 tonight. A record of 1-0. ERA of 3.57 for this right-hander. He's allowed a couple of home runs. He's got the ERA down as he has gone this year. So Nick Massett will go to work against Yasiel Puig here at the top of the 8th. Puig looking for his first hit. The Rockies have out hit the Dodgers 7-5 tonight, but they trail it 2-1. Massett works from a windup with nobody on. Right-hander against right-hander. And that one's a broken bat. Little flare to center field. Easy play for Drew Stubbs. 1 down. So Puig 0 for 4 tonight. And Hanley Ramirez will come up. Ramirez is 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. Well, the Ford Strike Zone is powered by Ford SUVs, the versatility you need and the MPGS and quality you deserve. It's the smarter way to get there. Ford, go further. Ball 1 to Hanley Ramirez. Walked in the first, walked in the third, and grounded out in the 5th. has beaten up the Rockies this year. 370 batting average. This one fouled away. High fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 10 for 27 with a couple of home runs against the Rockies, including a gigantic shot last time he was in Coors Field that ended up on the concourse in left field. Bouncing ball to Tulowitzki. Backs up to get a big hop. Troy will take care of business. 2 down.
Military Appreciation Day is July 6th. Active military and veterans receive complimentary tickets, plus discounts are available for family and friends. Come early for the celebration on July 6th, one of my favorite days of the year. Military Appreciation Day here at the ballpark. 303 Rockies for more information.
Adrian Gonzalez has one of the RBIs tonight for the Dodgers. There will have been a run in the 3rd inning. That was the first run for the Dodgers. Inside ball 1 from Masson. Fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Adrian Gonzalez has reached 100 or more RBIs in 4 consecutive seasons. 53 right now, so just right on that pace in 2014. Batting average is down for him a little bit this year, but the RBIs and the home runs are still up. Just a great hitter and has been that way a long time. And with the shift on, there's Tulowitzki again. Troy will take care of business without number 3. Good inning for Nick Masson. Rockies pitching has been solid tonight. Middle of 8, 2-1 Dodgers.
The 8th, 2-1 Dodgers leading the Rockies. Zach Greinke still on the hill, the starter for LA. That means Jamie Wright is still in the bullpen. We want to recognize Jamie Wright because it was on this day in 1996 that he made his major league debut for the Rockies. He started in San Francisco. He was called up. He had gone 9-3 at 2 levels, came up and made that start, pitched well. Got a chance to talk to Jamie about that today because he owes a lot, he says, to the Rockies organization. He said that he was a boy then. Now he's a man. He's been in the game this long. And, George, I know you go way back when he was from Oklahoma. Great guy and still pitching to this day.
Yeah, what a great guy he is. Jamie came up today while you were shooting that. We came in and had a great conversation here in the broadcast booth before he went back downstairs. Do you know what his nickname is, don't you, Mark? No, they turned his mic on. His nickname, the Big Handsome.
So, yeah, I knew that.
You knew that? Yeah. I just remember when I got this job 18 years ago, and Jamie was here pitching, and he said, "Yeah, he's so cute." I said, "Well, he's from Oklahoma. He should be, right?"
He told me that I think he was in Vegas when he got called up and only had shorts and T-shirts. And he gets to San Francisco, and Don Baylor says, we got a dress code. You got to wear slacks.
Right.
His mom was there. She picks out all this stuff at Nordstrom. He goes, it was like $1,700. I didn't know what was going on. But I needed clothes.
Yeah. You do need those.
New shortstop, Hanley Ramirez is out.
Go ahead.
Okay. I had this down earlier. Arispol Arabarina.
Arabarina?
Arabarina.
Right. When Vinny did it, it sounded a lot better when he was telling it.
I think the first name is more difficult than the last name. Arabarina we have.
I'm going to call it Big E if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah. How about EA? Hey, EA's it short. Hanley Ramirez with a couple of different injuries the last couple of weeks. On the bench now for the Dodgers. Charlie Blackmon swings and fouls a 3-1 pitch out of play. Full count on Blackmon.
Well, where is Jenny? Because is Jenny out on the set yet for the? Oh, she's coming up here. See if we can get hold of Jenny and have her come up. She's so good at pronunciations.
Have her come up here
and do it. Yeah, real quick. So I know I'm saying it correct. Because I think you are. I'm not. That's why I'm calling him the Big E from here on.
It's to Blackmon. Charlie will lift that down the left field line. Slicing toward the corner. Kemp and company after it. Foul ball.
Long run for both parties. Not able to get there.
Have auto glass damage? Well, you can trust SafeLight. Go online to safelight.com or call 303-287-5000 to schedule an appointment now. SafeLight Auto Glass. Just looking at Jamie Wright's bio, George. It's easier to name the teams he hasn't pitched for. Rockies.
How about this? Well, wait a minute. This is the first year in the last 9 that he has gone to spring training with a big league deal.
Had a contract, exactly. Rockies, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Kansas City, San Francisco, Texas, Cleveland, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and the Dodgers. He's got about half of them covered.
Well, did you say Rangers?
Yeah.
I think he'd like to go back there again. He lives in the Dallas area now.
Blackmon had a good battle last time up there against Greinke. Walked in the 5th inning. 0 for 2 is Charlie. Good battle here with Greinke. 91 pitches for Greinke. Looks like maybe some stirring now in that Dodger pen.
Well, it's about time. I mean, there's been a lot of pitches lately in games. 117, 100, 104 in his last 3 starts.
Another 3-2 to Blackmon, and he pulls that one into right field for a base hit. So the Rockies have their leadoff man aboard. Potential tying run and the potential go-ahead run at the plate. Don't miss a night of rock and roll legends here in Colorado. Live Nation presents Journey and the Steve Miller Band live in concert July 16th at the Pepsi Center. Great seats are on sale now at livenation.com. Drew Stubbs, 1 for 3, infield single and a couple of strikeouts against Greinke. Blackmon's back to the bag. Charlie, good speed and steal threat for sure.
How the left-hander warming up down in the bullpen. LaTroy Hawkins for the Rockies.
Greinke stepping off the back of the rubber here. He's got his mind on the guy at first base, Charlie Blackmon.
Well, yeah, in a difficult spot too. You got a lot of speed at the plate, speed at first, so turning a double play may not end up happening just because of that. Ball's hit on the ground.
So Certainly bunt is a possibility here with Stubbs as well. There he shows bunt, and he pops it up behind the plate. Easy play for A.J. Ellis.
The last thing that you want to have happen in the game just happened.
Blackmon stays at first, one down.
Now, again, that fastball came in and looks pretty buttable. You just work underneath of it. Harder to do. Not that easy to do, particularly when a guy's throwing 90, 95 and the ball's up in the zone a little bit.
Now Justin Morneau is swinging away. This will be pitch number 94 for Zach Greinke. One down, Blackmon at first. Pitch, that one hit well to right center. On the run, Van Slyke. Can't get it, up against the wall. It'll score the run. Morneau heading for 3. He will get there easily. We're tied up.
Hit it in the right part of the ballpark, the deepest part in right center. They gave Chase, Puig, and Van Slyke. They weren't going to catch this when it left the bat. I think Greinke was thinking nobody was going to catch it. It was going to end up in the Dodger bullpen. Came up just short. Van Slyke hopped the wall. Puig came out to get it. Van Slyke pushed him away, and then the strong throw in. It didn't matter. Morneau was getting to third base. The last time Morneau and hit a triple was this year. He's got 2 on the year now. He has 18 in his career. Don Mattingly got a tough spot to go to here. I'll go out and talk to Greinke right now, make sure that he's okay. And then you look at it from Mattingly's perspective. You've got 1 out, tied game. We have Tulowitzki. Don't give him anything to hit. Of course, that's basically telling Greinke, if you don't get him out, I'm going to get the left-hander to get Dickerson out. Boy, the Rockies couldn't set it up any better than what it is right now. This is outstanding. If you're wearing purple, Tulowitzki, arguably the best hitter in baseball at home plate right now. Is his crowd getting happy and bouncing, hoping for a fly ball or a base hit. The infield's going to come in on the grass. That can't be any fun. With Tulowitzki at the plate. His average 351 on the season. Tulo looking to add to his 47 RBIs with this swing.
Strike 1 call to Troy. Number 5 on the Rockies all-time RBI list. Way behind Todd Helton, but creeping up on Vinny Castilla. 1 out, so the fly ball scores a run if it's deep enough to get Morneau home. Like George said, the infield is up. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball to dirt.
One of the few times he's shown that curveball at 70 miles an hour. He showed it right there.
Rockies about hit the Dodgers now 9-5 in this one. 2-2 tie in the bottom of the 8th. Greinke working from a stretch. Inside, 2-1.
Trying to keep everything away from Tulowitzki. He doesn't want him extending those arms except for the slow breaking ball.
Justin Morneau at third. 2 hits for Morneau tonight. An infield single, then he drove that one to gap in right center to drive in the run. Continues to swing the very hot bat. The hitters count now for Tulo. Popped it up. Down the left field line. Kemp coming in. Arbolina going out, and Kemp will make the catch. 2 down. Boy, what a pitch by Zach Greinke.
Well, now as a manager, regardless of pitch count, the thing that weighs on your mind heavily is you want to allow him an opportunity to win this game and let your team hit the ninth with a tied score. They're going to walk Corey Dickerson, I would think, and then go right on right with Zach Greinke going against Nolan Arenado. And remember, Nolan's last at bat, he had a line drive right at Greinke that he knocked down and threw him out at first.
Greinke with this intentional walk will get over 100 pitches. So the Rockies will have 2 outs and runners at the corners for Arenado. What a moment coming up here for Nolan Arenado as well. His first game back after missing 37.
At the time of his injury, he was leading the National League with runners in scoring position at 383 average. So there's his first chance tonight with the 383 average to face Zach Greinke.
Well, who wants tacos? Fans, follow @RootSports__RM on Twitter to receive alerts for the Rockies taco special when the Rockies score 7 or more runs. So here we go with Arenado at the plate. Runners at first and third. 2 down. Tie game in the 8th. A run in for the Rockies. Arenado tonight is hit into a double play. That was a soft liner back to the pitcher. Rounded out to short, and as George pointed out, a line drive right back to Greinke. He knocked down and made the play at first. The pitch runs inside, ball 1.
You can tell Greinke went after a little extra on his 104th pitch, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that he ran in. And he said, I'm going to make pitches now, go get a little extra. He knows he's done after this inning, so it's his game to win or lose. He's going to give it everything he's got. Big moments, Nolan loves them. Always has, since I watched him perform in the Cal League years ago, and even in rookie ball, extended spring. He loved moments like this. He always seemed to rise to the occasion with just monster base hits. There's a calmness that comes over him, and you know, early in the game, obviously he was very hyped up to be back playing again. But you can almost see it in his face and his body, how the calmness comes over him as he locks in on a pitcher.
Popped up behind home plate. A.J. Ellis may have a play. Nope, it's not a play. 10, 12 rows up in the crowd. Greinke's ahead 1 and 2. As excitable this guy is, and with all the energy he plays with, George, I think it's a great point. He's able to take those deep breaths and find some focus in big moments in a ball game at the plate.
Well, you'll see his lips moving a lot. He's talking to himself, thinking his way through at bats. As he looks now, okay, I've got 3 fastballs. They've all been in, 1 up, 2 down, all heaters away. Yeah, I'm gonna react in, but he better not get it out over the plate on me. See, I like this. Like 2 warriors staring off. Before he got in the box, he's looking at Greinke. You ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go to war.
See who wins this battle here. The pitch popped up. This one behind home plate. Ellis taking a look again and can't get this one. And it's on the first row. Front of the first row. Just over the screen. And the at-bats stays alive for Arenado. Of pitches up for Nolan. He was able to get a piece of, foul away.
Well, Greinke tells you the kind of shape and arm strength that he has. He's still 93, 94 with that fastball. What he's done all night is take the fastball up into the strike zone. When you tie hands up like this, very tight to the body, because hitters are trying to get the good wood on it. But with the velocity and the location, it makes it hard to get the wood
on. It's still 1 and 2. Struck him out on a high fastball. Figured he might go back upstairs. He sure did. Rockies tie the ball game, unable to take the lead. We're tied at 2. 9th inning coming up. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Specialty Appliance, buy smarter. 2-2, we're tied up with the top of the 9th inning. Great game in Game 1, Rockies and the Dodgers. Well, coming up, we got after this one, the Toyota postgame show. For a preview, here's Mark Stout.
Indeed we do, Jerry. The Golden Boy is back after 37 games missed. We'll talk about Nolan Golden Arenado, actual size glove that I have on here. Late night fireworks, they're coming up after the game. How about the Rockies in the 9th inning to see if they can win this one? And who's on deck in terms of the starting pitcher for tomorrow's game? Familiar name, but a new Rocky. Yes, another different starting pitcher for the Rocks coming up tomorrow. We'll discuss that in the Toyota postgame show. Jerry, George?
All right, Mark, thank you.
Mark, thanks a lot. Yeah, there will be a new starting pitcher tomorrow. George Argens, or whatever his name is. I'm just teasing. Jerry knows what it is.
Jair Jurgens tomorrow.
Yeah, Jair Jurgens tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Well, Troy Hawkins comes on to make his 31st appearance. Tie ball game. You always run your closer out in the 9th when you're at home to ensure the fact you hit with that score staying the same. How about the bullpen tonight for the Rockies? Canely comes on and pitches very good, and then they turned it over to Nick Massett, finish things up. Now it's handed over to LaTroy to see if he can keep it right here, give the Rockies a chance for a W. LaTroy saves 14 out of 15 so far in the season.
Yeah, that bullpen with Canely and Massett, 3 scoreless and 1 hit between the 2 of them. That was a hit off of Canely, a double. It didn't hurt the Rockies. So Hawk will go to work against Matt Kemp. 2 runs on 5 hits in error for the Dodgers. 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Rockies.
The last 12 ball games that Hawk has pitched in, 11 2/3 innings, just 3 hits given up. An 0.79 earned run average. I'm sorry, an 0.79 batting average. I know what you meant, Doug. You're tricking me, though.
Rockies have lost 14 of the last 16, so not a lot of opportunity to pitch for Hawkins in that stretch. He's bowling tight to Kemp. Dangerous hitter, Matt Kemp. And always hits well against the Rockies. 28 career home runs and a .299 batting average against the Rockies in his very good career. Former National League MVP. Two and 0. Kemp, Van Slyke, and Uribe. That missed outside. It's 3-0, Matt Kemp. He has the green light on 3-0 on a 2-2 game in the 9th. We'll see if he's swinging away. And ball 4. 4-pitch walk to start the inning for LaTroy Hawkins, who walks so few hitters.
Well, the key to LaTroy is he doesn't get carried away or worried when something like this does happen.
Yeah, time now for the CenturyLink link to what's next. It's coming up for the Rockies. This game 1 of a 4-game series against the Dodgers, then 3 next week against the Padres. July 10 is Thursday. That's a day off. Then the interleague play starts again for the Rockies. 3 games against the Twins here. Then the All-Star break, and then a road trip to Pittsburgh.
Last game LaTroy pitched in was that's going to be a tough play.
It's
not going to get 2, but
Yep.
it works more or less just like a sacrifice. On the 29th against Milwaukee, an inning, he had a walk in that ball game, 221 pitches. So an inning against St. Louis, just 7 pitches, 4-pitch walk and a 1-pitch out.
So man at second base, 1 down. That's a potential go-ahead run now for the Dodgers. Juan Uribe at the plate.
It appears Brandon League is warming up in the bullpen for the Dodgers. They're throwing right-hander.
There he is, former Mariner.
And the left-hander, Jansen's up with him also. Stays tied. League, go ahead, Jansen.
Jansen, the closer on the right. Uribe's got 2 hits, 2 of the 5 for the Dodgers tonight. A double and a single, and he scored a run. This ball is a little bit inside, ball 1. Rockies got a decent sized shift on in the infield. LeMahieu was almost behind second base. And the outfield straight away against Uribe. That one hop past LeMahieu into center. It's going to score a run. Uribe with his 3rd hit tonight. 3-2 Dodgers.
Uribe coming back to haunt his former ball club. That ball was scalded up the middle on a ball away. Uribe will pick up his 22nd RBI on that base hit. Back up the middle. The Dodgers now 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The leadoff walk comes back to haunt. LaTroy, I don't think, has a play on this ball, nor did the second base umpire, Pat Hoberg, as that ball shot out into the outfield. Yeah, tough play for DJ. Just missed the play as the ball shot bang.
Hawkins gives up just his 8th walk of the season, and it comes back to bite him.
Yeah, LaTroy has such a low pulse in these situations, and when he does fail in a ball game, he seems to recover rather quickly.
A.J. Ellis, the hitter, man at first and 1 down for the Dodgers. Andre Ethier has grabbed the bat from that pitcher spot. He may hit if the Dodgers come to that. Rockies looking to turn a double play. And hit and run was on, and that ball fouled off the end of the bat from Ellis. 2 interesting things in this inning. One, the walk thrown by Hawkins. He does that so seldom. And then DJ LeMahieu at second. That's a difficult play. That ball hit by Uribe. But DJ has made those plays this year, and I'm sure he's disappointed he didn't here.
Yeah, that's what spoils you about DJ. He has made those plays quite frequently, and then when they don't make them, you get a little bit surprised. But that ball was scalded up the middle.
It's so hard to judge that bounce, and that's what DJ had to do. That bounce right in front, a couple feet in front of him. You're wondering how high or which direction it might bounce. Ellis with a sacrifice fly to drive in the 2nd Dodger run tonight. 0 for 2 with an RBI. Hawk steps off the back of the rubber. Ellis got time at the same time. So tomorrow night, Clayton Kershaw against Jair Jurgens. Rockies just picked him up, and he's going to get his first start in a Rocky uniform tomorrow night. And we know what happened last time the Rockies faced Kershaw. Pitch out. Nothing happening. Uribe scampers back to first base. 1-1.
Well, you got certain counts. You do things in a game. 1-1's one of those. You can make it a motion count, put guys going, and that's what the Rockies thought might happen on that count. So they went ahead and threw the pitch out. Uribe was going on the previous pitch.
1-1 pitch to Ellis is fouled away. Hawkins working ahead of this hitter now. Ball and 2 strikes. Morales starts. He goes 5 innings, gives up just 4 hits and a couple of runs, struck out 4. Canely 2 scoreless. Mass at a scoreless inning, but in this 9th inning, Hawkins given up a run. One-two, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. You got Ellis to expand the strike zone. There's out number 2.
Well, Ethier will get a chance to hit against Hawk. You see a hard slider down and away. In 64 games at Coors Field, Ethier 6 home runs, 29 RBIs. As a pinch hitter this year, 4 for 8. Good slider by Hawk to get the strikeout.
So here's a veteran left-handed hitter. Normal center field spot for him, but getting the night off at least to start the game. And Van Slyken centered tonight. Ethier always hits well against the Rockies. Career .281 and 14 homers. 2 down, and Uribe at first. Strike 1. Ethier trying to extend a modest hitting streak. He's hit in 5 consecutive games. He's 7 for his last 19. He has passed now Davey Lopes, the first base coach now for the Dodgers these days, for 8th on the all-time Dodger hit list. There's Lopes, Washburn University grad, Topeka, Kansas.
Okay. Yeah, I caught you. I caught you.
What a great school.
It is a great school.
It is. 0-1 is high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ethier. Dodgers a run 3rd inning, a run in the 4th, and 1 here in the top of the 9th inning. Hawkins will bluff a throw toward first and get that runner back to the bag. Leadoff walk for Kemp. He ends up scoring on the single by Juan Uribe. Ellis strikes out, and here's the pinch hitter Ethier. Ethier, a native of Phoenix. He played at Arizona State. And he pulls that one foul. 1-2 on Andre Ethier. Good month of May for Ethier. He had .296, had 11 RBIs. Got off to a very slow start. The month of April, through the month of April, not very good for Ethier. He was down around .230, but he's picked things back up. And now hitting .253. Hawk is set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt. Tagged out is Ethier. The run given up, though, by LaTroy Hawkins. The walk comes back to bite the Rockies closer. Let's see if the Rockies can tie it in the 9th. By authority, the Colorado Rockies may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Colorado Rockies. 3-2, Dodgers are leading in the bottom of the 9th inning. Rockies need one to tie. Looking for perhaps a walk-off here in the 9th inning at home. And here comes a closer, George Kenley Jansen.
Yeah, he's coming into the ball game. Struggled of late. He's in his last 9 ball games. 8 2/3, 5 earned runs. The opposition has hit 300 against him. 25 of 28 in save opportunities. 34 innings, 58 strikeouts. So here you go. Match it up. Just let it fly. The Rockies will have Rosario, LeMahieu, and then they'll go to the bench. I would think Wheeler.
Those are the last 9 games that George is talking about. 5 earned runs and an ERA of over 5 in that stretch. It catches your eye when you look at Jansen is the strikeouts. 34 and 2/3 innings, like George said. 56, almost 2 per inning. Here we go. Rosario, LeMahieu, and then the pitcher spot. The left-handed hitter Ryan Wheeler on the bench. You see Wheeler with the bat in his hand. Rosario has struck out twice and fly to center. Always working from the stretch is Kenley Jansen out of Curacao. Swung on, hit down the right field line. That'll slice into the crowd. Strike 1. He's very deliberate, very methodical. He'll take his time between pitches. Got a little routine that he goes through. Does not like the catcher to come out and talk to him, we are told.
Most closers don't.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not out there for a long time either way, win or lose.
A.J. Ellis just sort of leaves him alone, and why not with the record numbers that he has. Chopped off the plate, but right to the shortstop. That'll be out number 1 in the 9th inning for the Rockies.
Time's running out for your vote on the 24 All-Star game. Has it ran out? Not yet. You got another 52 minutes, folks, to get on the computer and vote. You can vote up to 35. You can help send your favorite Rockies to the All-Star game by voting up to 35 times on Rockies.com. Vote exclusively at Rockies.com or on your mobile phone. Voting ends at 11:59 Eastern, which is, of course, well, Jerry, 9:59 here in Colorado. Start voting.
Okay. All right. I'm on my computer right now. Oh, 0-1 on DJ LeMahieu. Hit it foul. 0-2 on the Rockies' second baseman. Ryan Wheeler has grabbed the bat. He's in the on-deck circle now for the Rockies. It was a hittable pitch. There's Wheeler. Hit a grand slam on the road trip in Milwaukee. Jansen going for his 26th save of the season. Swing and a miss pitch in the dirt. And A.J. Ellis will toss to first, 2 outs. Not always on the fastball to get a strikeout there. A slider and a dandy. Rockies down to their final at bat.
Now Wheeler, you can see pitch hitting this year. 4 RBIs, 3 strikeouts, 2 for 11, and this is the toughest spot coming in facing guys like Jansen that has the big arm to come in and try to finish to win a ball game for your ball club. It's not an easy task to do at all.
So Wheeler, the left-handed hitter. Ryan has a couple of home runs this year, including that grand slam. He's hitting .241. Just looking to get on board, at least keep the inning going. Charlie Blackmon on deck. Ball 1.
first time Wheeler's set eyes on Jansen in a ball game. So look at a couple, see what you come up with. You are ahead now, 2-0 to Wheeler.
A couple of fastballs that were down. And there's Jansen. As I said, very deliberate. He's going off the back of the mound to grab the rosin. He'll walk around the mound a little bit. A couple deep breaths. He has his routine.
Most closers do. Some will stand on the mound and stare in and just ask for the baseball right back again. Others will walk around the mound, the same exact trick.
That one's hit to right. Puig going back. Still going back. On the track, he's going to make the catch. Ball game comes to an end. That was interesting. Ryan Wheeler sent a 2-0 pitch deep to right, but not deep enough. And the Rockies lose the ball game 3-2. Zach Greinke gets his 11th win this year. And Juan Uribe, one of the heroes of the ball games. Troy Hawkins gives up that 9th inning run. He suffers a loss. He's now 2-2 this year. It's a first of 4 in the series, and the Rockies down 1-0. Let's look at our Jimmy John's delivery of the game, and this belongs to a former Rocky. It's Juan Uribe, a single in the 9th inning that drove in the run. It turned out to be the game winner, right past DJ LeMahieu. Scoring was Kemp on the play, and the Dodgers got the lead, kept the lead, and win the ball game 3-2. That'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Stay tuned for the Toyota post-game show. For George Fraser and Jerry Schemmel saying so long from Coors Field.